Welcome, everyone. I am McDices, and we have returned with another episode of Speedruns from the Crypt. Now, as you may notice, I'm definitely, dressed a bit warmer than you would expect. Well, we are in December, and we are approaching the winter months, meaning things are getting a lot chillier, things are getting a lot colder. And to reflect this, I wanted to bring you this week a selection of games that are much colder, also in a sense. Our first game today is going to be Silent Hill Shattered Memories. It's going to be a reimagining of a later game we're going to be doing today, and it's going to just kind of focus on the chilling aspects of horror that we love so much. Our runner for this will be Starwin, and he'll be joined by some wonderful commentators, UFO Techie, and an Eternal Enigma. Let's send it on over to them and see what they can do.
Oh, hi GDQ peoples, how you doing? I'm Starwin, and I'm here to bring you Silent Hill Shattered Memories, the cold version of the first Silent Hill. A lot of people probably played this game and probably didn't like it, which is kind of sad because in its own right, I think it's a good game. But we're gonna have fun. It's gonna be an enjoyable. What I think I have is an hour and 30 minutes for the estimate. But let me go ahead and introduce my couch, or I would let them introduce themselves. So go ahead, guys. Who's gonna do it?
Alphabetical order.
Alphabetical order? All right. I'm an Eternal Enigma, and I can confirm it is very cold. I'm wearing a hoodie. I'm in Georgia, but it's still 40 degrees, and I'm loving it. So I can confirm I can go right alongside with the cold theme.
Hi, I'm UFO Techie, and my window is open.
I hate you so much.
I think it's actually like 40 out.
Hey, my window's open too, so.
Goodness, you people. But
I love cold weather.
You probably noticed this already. I am using the Wii. We are going to be playing this on the Wii, so you're going to see me do a lot of funny motions throughout the run. But let's go ahead and get started. So let's say in 3, 2, 1, and let's go.
All right, yeah.
Woo!
I'm clapping, yeah.
Clap. All right. So Shattered Memories is a really, really interesting run, or just an interesting game in general. This game warns you at the very beginning when you do play it that it psychologically profiles you. There's going to be a lot of questions I'm going to be asked, because there's going to be a lot of segments in this run where I'm going to be talking to Dr. Kaufman right here. He's going to be asking us a lot of different things, and I'm going to be picking very, very specific choices, because it's going to make certain dialogue options later on in the run a lot shorter. There's a lot of things that you can do that the game will recognize. For example, there's a bunch of alcohol right here. If I pay attention to the alcohol, guess what happens? It's going to be more likely that I'm going to get the drunk ending at the very end of the game. So here comes the first bit of questions. A little questionnaire right here. Also, I need to... I guess I'll do it when I'm actually able to move. I got to put the audio where it's not coming out of the Wii controller so you guys can hear it.
Oh yeah.
Because that was one of the cool things. Because one reason, and this is a really dumb reason, I feel like people harked on this game too much, is that so Harry has a cell phone, like a very high-tech cell phone, and it's like, man, wouldn't have that in the original Silent Hill. It's like, yeah, but this is a reimagining. I mean, let them have it. You use the cell phone for a lot of things. So real quick, let me do that. There we go. I should be able to hear everything that comes out. So this is pretty much the main gameplay element, is Harry running around Silent Hill trying to find his daughter Cheryl, much like the first game, the original game. Except in this game, they decided to go with a no combat option. Anytime that we're in the nightmare version of Silent Hill, we're going to be running away from enemies, and not just any enemy. It's the same enemy over and over again. But what's really cool is the enemy will actually change in appearance depending on what kind of things you do in the game, like the psychological segments, or if there's a sexy poster on the wall of a girl and you have Harry look at it. It's like that stuff like that will be taken into account, which is really neat.
Yeah.
Yeah, you'll be like, a sexy poster on the wall.
They take that into account really early on. Like, they start hitting you with it immediately as well.
Yep.
Oh yeah, there's a bunch of beer in the garage, and
So the choices that I picked already, it's already steering me into the path of being for the drunk ending, and that's just what the ending is going to be in the long run.
Yep.
Like, just no, not to like get anybody's hopes up. I'm just gonna tell you straight up, that's just how it is.
That's the ending I always get. Yeah,
Yep.
is the drunk ending.
So there's 3 endings that you can get at the very end of the game, where it's like basically the ending can change in the Kaufman's office essentially 3 times, and then there's like a VHS tape ending that you can also get, and I think there's 4 different ones of those. And while we do get the drunk ending, and the drunk ending does have its moments of being pretty funny, definitely check out the other endings too. They're pretty great.
Yeah, there's a lot of endings in this game. Like, there's a lot of little. I think there's 3 endings in the therapy room, and then there's 5 more after that you can, so you can kind of mix and match a few, I think.
Yep, for sure. Right there, we had a little find the key in the beer can. I think that can change to other things. I have not really played this like super casually, so if you guys have like any input on that, feel free.
The input I have is that what you just did is way easier on the PS2 version. All you do is hit a button and you twist it. That's it. So
I do have.
slow. It does like a slow turn.
yeah.
I do have my methods of the Wii controller. When I was running this super seriously a couple of years ago, I did figure out some techniques with the Wii controller. Sadly, this game does not let you use the Wii Motion Plus. I mean, you could plug it into your controller if you want to, but it ain't gonna do anything.
It's not going to do anything. Yeah.
And also, one thing I do like about the PS2 version, you're gonna see these parts, like the parts you even see me climbing over the fence and whatnot, and I'm shaking the nunchuck. Well, if I shake the nunchuck, I'm supposed to climb faster. Sometimes it just doesn't happen.
Yeah.
But on the PS2 version, guess what? It happens all the time.
Yep.
There are some things in the PS2 version that I wish I had in the Wii version, but there's been some, I wouldn't say debate recently. We're trying to figure out if the PS2 version is actually faster than the Wii. Honestly, at this point, I wouldn't mind it. I'm pretty sure a lot of people wouldn't mind it either, because a lot of the Wii version deters people from running this game, I feel.
Yeah. I have the PS2 version.
PS2 version expensive though.
I was about to
the
say,
bad part.
yeah.
Did we go out too?
What also may deter people from the PS2 version is the fact that it's gotten crazy expensive.
Yes.
So I think on the price charting site, I think the PS2 version of this is the 12th most expensive PS2 game now on the used market. So
The Wii version, I'm pretty sure it's still the same. It's about $30, 20 to 30 bucks.
way cheaper. Yeah, that one didn't increase.
It's a dumb question.
Oh, I love dumb questions. Please go.
Have you ever accidentally thrown the Wii remote while running this?
No, I haven't, because I have dexterity.
You're not using the Wiimote strap?
Oh no! Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Nope. I'm sure not.
Do you have the little gripper jacket on?
No, I'm actually just, you know, I'm endangering people around me. I'm endangering my electronics, everything.
You know, Starwin, that's truly cold.
I'm gonna give you one of my favorite lines, and that's boo.
Hey, everybody
Yeah.
gets one.
That's right. The Star one got a lot of booze during the Fatal Frame run at AGDQ, so we remember that. He's in the background. Boo.
It was fun though.
It was a lot of fun.
Oh no, I'm getting grabbed. Okay, so these are the nightmare segments of the run. So essentially, when you go to a nightmare segment of Silent Hill, it's like a maze. You're just trying to find the exit, and those are the enemies that can grab you. Like I said, they will change in appearance throughout the run. But one of the main things, one of the main things you want to happen immediately is that you want to get caught by these guys, because by caught I mean be seen, because once you get seen by them, Harry gets a speed boost, and so you want that speed boost as soon as you can. And there are some parts where you just get bad RNG, and just how it is.
That would have been a break.
Hi, Kaufman.
Before. But let's leave that topic for a while.
Kaufman or
I wanna talk
Kaufman?
about
Kaufman.
family.
Is it Cal? Okay.
I don't know. I always said Kaufman. I don't know.
I don't mean all
He
that.
calls himself Kaufman in Silent Hill 1, the original Silent Hill 1, but it's always
What
a.
if this? It's
You're giving me that
it's the retelling already happening.
I I'm talking.
It's Kaufman instead of Kaufman.
Well, let's have
I don't.
Yeah, I was
I
gonna
can't
mention-
recall.
or whatever you feel
Doing this before Silent Hill 1 is going to be kind of weird.
Originally, we
Yeah.
did plan for the other way around, but
say you're a private
Yeah, it was a little twistery now.
just saying, I did originally plan for Silent 1 and then this one to see the reimagining, so it's gonna be a bit odd, kind of going from one to the other.
We're downgrading. We're downgrading.
The Dahlia you're going to see in like 2 hours is going to be quite different.
Yeah, it's going to be a D make or a D master.
Imagine this. Imagine this is Cyberpunk, and then you're going to be going to Shadowrun.
Nothing surprises.
Oh boy, I remember Shadowrun.
Dude, Shadowrun on the Genesis is such a sick game.
On the table are some pencils.
All right, so this is one of the fun. I love this part so much. So Kaufman wants us to color this pretty picture, and we're not going to color it because you know why? We don't have to. So if you actually take time to color things in the picture, in this next cutscene, those things will actually be that color, which is honestly pretty cool.
Yeah, it's a very direct like show of how your choices change the game that you are playing.
All right, and now we're going to be doing a little.
Quizzes.
We're going
I
to
was
be.
just gonna say the quizzes are kind of abstract. This one's like right in your face.
Yeah.
Before that, I used to ride around in
So
my
we're gonna do a little
dad's
strat right
patrol car,
here.
so I know the people.
That I figured out a while back. If you just move back and forth
I don't know you.
in the back seat of this car,
Keep out of trouble.
you'll get a different
Not
dialogue choice or
everything's
segment
out of
with Sybil here. Yes, that is Sybil.
Why are we the only car on the road?
No one's
And
saying
essentially,
I'm
it just is.
driving
It's gonna
tonight.
make me be able to
Sorry.
move quicker
It's okay.
after this little, I guess, conversation cutscene.
With all this snow.
Who
We're just
knows?
gonna keep
We
shifting
only
back and
covered
forth.
basic meteorology
God,
in
I
the
always
cabin.
love imagining
Hell, we
speedrun
didn't hear
strats like
about
this.
till
Just
it was
imagine what the video
happening.
game
Barely
character is
had time to
thinking, and
close
she's
off the
arresting
major
this guy, and
highways.
he's just shuffling in the back of the car the entire time.
Punished.
It's only weather.
Sure.
He's agitated. He's looking for his daughter.
This is the best way of finding his daughter.
So she's
There's-
gonna be like, "Oh, you're really restless."
You're very restless back there.
Yeah,
Mr.
there's
Mason. Anything
beta
you wanna
videos
tell
of
me?
this game that actually show the personality inventory points, and I would love to find a way to bring that back somehow because it's really hard to tell what like calculates into your endings and dialogue choices in this game.
That was a real thing that they were gonna implement. Really?
It's in some of the original like
This weather's just
developer walkthroughs. I'd have to look it up.
Dude,
but
they should have just had that. That's cool.
oh yeah, it's like
Can't even see the road.
like a new game plus option or something. That'd be so nice.
Oh, dude, no,
exactly
that'd be
where we
so cool.
Stay
Like,
put.
I would want to go around this whole town and just look at stuff and see if it changes anything. All right. No, what are you doing, Harry? Am I in the back seat again? Oh my goodness. Wii controls. All right, got to unlock the door first, and then we got to open the door, as you would, you know, any car. All right, so now we're in the spooky forest. Maybe Cheryl's out here. I don't know. Just seems kind of.
Sure hope not.
I'm about to say it's kind of spooky out here. I don't know how I feel about that. All right, so every first aid box always has keys in it, so we're just gonna take the first aid key, and this is gonna unlock this door. This game is really about like just you know, looking around and just observing things, and we kind of take the fun out of it from speedrunning. Just kind of like, oh, we need to go to the next area. Let's go.
Yeah, all the fun is gone.
This game, I'm telling you, if you play this game casually for the first time, you know, have the sound coming out of your Wii remote and all this stuff. Like, because when you do phone calls, when I play this game casually for the first time, you know, I would put the Wii remote up to my ear. I was like, oh,
Yeah, that's such a cute gimmick.
it's awesome. Like, right here, you're hearing this loud, this like noise, and my flashlight's buzzing. There's like these I don't know what you would call them, just like
Shadows?
like items that you can look at, and like you can get some information about some stuff. It's really nothing super important. Also, I don't know if this is 100% true or not, and I think Techie can kind of help me with this. When we were speedrunning this game, we always had this theory that you run faster with the flashlight turned off. And so if you look at like my record run, it's really hard to see because
Yes, it is.
because I have the flashlight off the whole time, and I swear it might be placebo, but I swear you run a little bit faster if it's off. I know for a fact though, the segments where you're like walking with Lisa and stuff.
Yes,
you walk faster if the flashlight's off. Like for sure.
definitely.
It does.
I was doing this the other night on the PS2, and the PS2 I think is even more exaggerated because it's an older console, and if you turn that flashlight off, everything gets so smooth. And yes, the NPCs absolutely walk faster with the flashlight off. It feels
hilarious.
That could totally be a lag issue.
And I'm glad you noticed that, because I was trying to watch your record run. I'm like, I can't see a darn thing this guy's doing because the flashlight is off the whole time.
Well, when you were running it for the first time, like dude, I'm so sorry, because that's why.
Yeah, I remember. It's just funny.
So Sybil's trying to call us. We're just gonna ignore her. We're gonna just straight put her to voicemail. And we actually.
Phone does Harry have?
He has the iPhone.
He really does have an advanced phone, considering this game came out in 2009. He's got a pretty
right.
slick device.
He's got the Note 8.
What, the BlackBerry around that time?
I actually don't even know, to be honest with you.
When did the original iPhone come out? Anybody know that?
I can check that for you.
Got no idea.
Yep, let's go chat. Let's go chat. Let's come on, use
chat where you come in.
I still have one of those slidey phones with the physical keyboard.
Okay.
Dude, so do I.
Have a quick Google search. Apparently, it came out 2007.
Okay.
Okay. So Harry may have had the second iPhone, whatever they called that, the iPhone 2.
An early adopter.
He was an early adopter.
Yeah.
You know you're old when you know what T9 is. So that's all I'm saying.
Dude, I had a chocolate phone.
What?
Yeah, do you remember the chocolate phone with like Christina Aguilera would sing the Candyman and like this small?
Wow,
I had one of those.
That's okay. Thanks for ruining my brain, because I hadn't thought about that in a long time.
Christina Aguilera should be enhancing your brain.
As soon as you said her name, I grew another gray hair.
Oh yeah, right.
All right, so this is the Nightmare Forest. I don't think that guy jumped over the chasm, which is fine. So I'm gonna go up here. Oh, there's a bunch of friends out here today. My goodness. Get off me. We're gonna go up here. We're gonna grab this flare. Flares are really cool. So if I'm being chased and I can hear that enemies are close behind me, or I see enemies that are gonna be appearing in front of me, all thing I have to do is activate the handy dandy flare, and I deter all those enemies away from me. It's pretty nice.
I looked so long for evidence of rubber banding in this game, because this section of the game is so hard. They really like dump them on you right at the beginning of this.
They do. What's really annoying is like even towards the end, like at the very end, there'll be like one guy that spawns, and it's like, why are you here?
And you'll be running from like 3 guys, and it'll spawn like one in front of you, and as soon as you get past him, it'll spawn another one in front of that. See, it's relentless.
The greatest thing is when you have like 3 chasing you, and you go through a door, and then one of them's on the other side of the door, and they just grab you. It's like, oh, thanks, appreciate it.
Yeah.
All right, we're coming up to a fun little puzzle, and the way Techie always inputted this in his runs when I was learning this game, I've just kind of memorized the puzzle that way. Just the little tune.
Hit it with the quack hoot squawk squawk cluck.
Yes.
Yeah. I mean, you just remember it. It's like the quadratic formula song, if you ever learn that in school.
It's true.
Wait, the what?
The quadratic formula song that some math teachers teach that to people. That's how they get them to remember.
My math teacher sang like the log song from Ren and Stimpy to me.
Who was your teacher, and why would she sing the log song?
Because they're learning about log algorithms.
But that's about the log song's about wood.
She really liked logs. What can I say? Yes, it's that log song. I don't know why she just sang it.
Oh boy, that's awesome. I'm sorry if you guys. Oh, go ahead.
Those all those puzzles where you have to like get the hint from a voicemail are like 1,000 times easier if you have subtitles on.
Oh, definitely. Like subtitles will actually save your life sometimes. Like oh, where am I going? Hard right. That's right. Hard right. Ugh. Yeah, subtitles for certain things will save your life because even like in a little bit we're going to be going to the art room in the school to enter a phone number. We have to call the shadows so they can open the door for us, and it's just nice to be able to like hear when they open the door, but also having the visual cue of just immediately it's like, oh, the door's open. It's like, okay, I can go.
Yeah, as soon as the subtitle changes.
Yep. I love that transition with the bridge. It's so cool. So again, like if no one has ever seen Shattered Memories and they have played the original Silent Hill 1, this is definitely not what you would expect. Is this game still rated M or was this rated T?
I think it's still M.
Okay. I guess it does have harsh themes.
Very harsh.
Alrighty, and now we're gonna be at Midwich School. The Midwich High School, get it? Midwich? Because you've been there before, right? Silent Hill 1?
Yeah, we're reimagining.
Yeah.
So now it's a high school.
It's not an elementary school anymore. It's a full-blown high school. Home of the cuckoos. The cuckoos. I can't even... The chocobos.
Cuckoos.
Birds.
If you stare at that sign,
Officer,
Harry will just look at it and say,
"Go
cuckoos."
Does he really do that?
Yeah, he does. He
No.
does a lot
Wow.
of wild stuff.
Oh my goodness. See, you guys have done like serious casual playthroughs of this, and I just nope.
The amount of things he'll comment on is actually a little interesting.
That's awesome.
That's what makes this game, you know, a lot of people, including myself, you know, it's kind of a thing about the non-team silent games, but it's just this game right here has irrefutable charm, in my opinion, that just can't be denied, that those other games don't have after Silent Hill 4.
Would you say, in terms of the Western Silent Hill games, that this is the best one out of the 4?
For me, yes.
Okay.
I was starting out.
Techie, what do you think?
Yeah, I'd say hands down, but there's reasons why, there's plausible reasons why someone would disagree.
That's
Yeah,
fair.
absolutely.
Like the combat thing is such a turnoff for a lot of people.
It is.
All right, so this right now, Star, you're gonna hate me for this this question right here. Are you ready?
No.
Okay.
You're not ready?
Let's move on.
Okay, now.
I'm going to
Would you say this is the coolest game of the series?
nod when they fit how you words.
No.
Ooh.
It's not.
It's not?
No.
Damn.
Oh, I'm not doing the thing yet. I'm being asked questions.
Slut.
So this is where he's asking. Kaufman really wants to get into your school life, asking what you were. Definitely, these questions that he's asking me right now is definitely making me think that yes, this game is rated M for mature.
And
Yeah. Yeah. He has some weird reactions to some of the questions.
He does.
okay.
It's very strange.
Let's take a different.
So so when everyone went to school back in the day, everyone had favorite subjects, right? Well, right here, we're going to be doing a little psychological exercise of we're going to make our perfect school day. Kaufman has given us 4 periods, and he gave us a big lunch. So this is what my favorite school schedule was back in the day. I would play football, play basketball, go to sex ed, and then math.
Yep.
That's the way to go.
I mean, that's by the book.
And then I'd
That's
eat
by the book.
lunch for 4 hours. There you go.
A very generous
Very
lunch.
generous lunch.
Very generous.
Let's talk more about the
For 4
bad
hours.
stuff that happened at school.
Let's talk about the bad stuff. Shake head, yes. Mm-hmm. All right, so the school is like probably one of my favorite spots in the run. And there's just so much stuff you get to do here. Like pull nails out of a window. That's fun.
The super busted nails.
I do
Dude,
that all the time.
The nails are the biggest run killer. I swear. Like I lost so many runs because I couldn't pull out the nails back in the day. Because you have to be so like you think you pulled it all the way out and you let go and you didn't. You totally didn't pull it all the way out.
That is one downfall of the PS2 version, and I haven't dug too deep into the settings. I don't think you can change this, but I'm not 100%, but I don't think you can change the cursor speed on the PS2, so it does kind of take a little bit of a while to get to where you want to go on those things, so there's a little bit of a drawback.
So like PS2, there are things that the PS2 version that do better than the Wii, but the Wii has like number one, 100% is that the cursor moves as fast as you can move the Wii remote, and that's really, really like pivotal. And that's why we always thought, oh, the Wii version, it has to be the fastest because, you know, it has smoother frame rate, and then just being able to move the cursor as fast as we want. The PS2 version, you're sitting there just like on like the left stick being like, all right, drag this over here. Like anytime you do a first person perspective thing with Harry, it usually is slower on the PS2. I would say 100%.
Yeah, but there are also some turnarounds where when you're doing the dialogue stuff with Kaufman, you can go ahead and hit the dialogue choice buttons before they show up, and those add up a little bit. Like those save about a second or two.
Because like I'm having to be like shaking my head yes, shaking my head no.
Whereas on the PS2, you can just spam the square button or the circle or the X button before it even shows up, and the game will register it. So interesting little changes between the Wii and the PS2 version.
And then like the XYX figured out that there was a cutscene on the PS2 version that they can skip on there, but we can't skip on the Wii.
Yep, I think it's the one near the drawbridge. I think that one. Is that it?
Yep.
Yeah. We knew about that forever, but even then it's like,
oh, did you really?
Enough.
Okay.
Yeah.
Back in the good old days when Parallax was still running this.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's just so bizarre. It's such a weird situation because it's the same game, but the differences, like the hardware differences and the control differences are like, they're completely different. So it's so hard to tell like which one, like the potential is faster.
Goodness. So there is another category for this game, and it's all mementos, where you collect I think it's 25 objects, and there's just a bunch of objects just randomly hidden throughout the game. But the real run that I feel like you should do for this game is UFO. The UFO ending is fantastic.
Hell yeah.
Yes. 5558456 not 56. Yeah. Okay. Hello, Shadows. Can I open the door, please? At RNG.
Is picking up all the mementos a category?
It is. Sadly, I'm the only runner.
Okay. Just wanted to make sure.
Yeah. It's a fun category, but it's like you're not doing much more. It's only like a 5-minute difference from any percent, so it's like not the best thing to do in the world. 10, 30.
Plus, there's no results screen or anything, so
that's the worst part. Like if people, let's say hypothetically, people started speed running all mementos, we'd have to pause the game or the run at this box that you see at the very end of the game and be like, okay, let's count all the objects in here. It's like, oh, okay, they got all 25. Okay.
I never thought about that. It's crazy.
It's really silly.
This game and Homecoming, neither one of those have any kind of post result screen. They just kind of are like, here you go.
The game just ends.
You beat the game. We're not going to tell you what you did in your playthrough, but you beat it. So good job.
All right. Am I going to get 12th Night is the real question.
Yeah.
I did get Racquetball, and Racquetball like one of the, I think it's the second worst one you can get.
Yeah.
So
keyboard inputs are miserable in both instances.
All I'm saying is, if anyone picks up this game, if you are really proficient on using this Wii remote and this keyboard, you can save a lot of time because I'm absolutely awful at it. It's not Scorpio.
Another advantage of the PS2 version. This is a lot more stable to do.
You see,
old Valerie.
You got
all right, we got our password. Guess what? Do not click forgotten your password again, because guess what? You have to enter in all the questions again, and it's really stupid. Not 44, Harry. Oh, goodness. That part's painful, man.
It is. For those of you that have never done that on the Wii remote, it is very painful.
And if you saw what I was doing, I was like with 2 hands on the Wii remote, like,
yeah.
It is her.
You gotta buy that Animal Crossing like really big typewriter GameCube controller for this.
Oh, that's hilarious! I never thought of that. It'd be funny if that worked.
Find a way to rig up your Dreamcast keyboard.
Ooh.
Have it on your back, just run around.
Did I forget?
There's a phone number. Why don't you call it?
Just do a what is it? Typing of the Dead style.
Yeah.
We had that for Halloween.
Yeah.
There's no reception. I'll be outside.
Good luck.
What's this girl's name again? I don't remember.
Michelle?
Yes.
Michelle. Okay.
No, Dahlia. You want me to find
Hey,
her?
it's Dahlia. She's on the phone. She's
It's her
definitely
father,
not
Harry
part of
Mason.
this
Is
cult
she
or
okay?
anything.
Harry?
No, seriously,
Is she
she's not
okay?
in this
Who
one.
the
That's
hell
not a
do you
thing.
think you are?
Sorry.
Yeah,
What's the
the most significant story change they did in the Dream Master is Dahlia is completely different.
Dahlia's just is a chick that Harry knows, and stuff happened. Well, which we'll find out in a little bit. The great thing about this speed run is that you get the whole story if you pay attention.
Yeah, there are some scenes you can't skip.
Really quick as a question, for some of
Sure.
these puzzles and passwords, are any of them like RNG or do they change at all?
To my knowledge, the only one that's like, well, okay, there's a couple. So it's the passwords we just did. That one is like the biggest pain. And then there's the notorious gumball machine.
Oh yeah.
Gumball machine is a kind of a pain, which we'll be getting to that pretty soon. And then levers at the bridge, but that really isn't anything too bad.
You just follow the prompts and it's the same time. No, just as long as you have good reaction time, you're gonna have the same time for it. So.
All right.
Yeah, I think that's it. I'm pretty sure that's the only other
That's the only one I
things.
can think of.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's all I can think of.
Dude, they are spawning in front of me. I hate this game. Ugh. Get away from me. So you can die in this game. It takes a little bit, but you can die. Oh God, it started loading right there. I thought he was gonna get grabbed from the other side of the door. So you can die. You'll start noticing if I'm in low health, if you want to call it that, when you see a Harry start limping, and there's a lot more like static on the screen. All right, so Nightmare School. We just went to this door, and there's 3 frozen figures. Well, those frozen figures are now spread around the map, and we need to take a picture of each one. After we do that, we can leave the Nightmare School. So,
Some scandalous pictures.
yes.
Yeah. And like right here, the game I think is a little aware of what you're doing, so they're very lenient on enemy combat here. They don't really. You just have to be standing still for about a minute or two for them to approach you right here when you're doing the picture quest.
Whoa, I got super lost right there. Whoa.
It's easy. It is okay. That's the one thing I'll say. This is the last of the 8 mainline games that I'm learning, and this game is kind of easy until you get to these sequences, and it is very, when you're learning at least. And I mean, Starwin's got the world record, and he just told you he got lost. Like it is very easy to lose your way because everything just looks the same.
Yeah, the map design is really intricate.
Yeah. And I think there's I think there's maybe 5 or 6 sections of this in the whole game. Do we know how many there are total?
So we have the school at the beginning, then we have Forest, then we have this school, then we have the mall, and then just the whole segment with after Dahlia, after you see her again. So I guess if you want to, can you get off, please? Thank you. All right. So 5. Wow. Oh, dude, I have a flare. I'm so dumb. So I would say 5 altogether. And then if you want to count at the very end where you're like running away from a bunch of enemies, but you're pretty much just determined to die as quick as possible right there. All right. That's the Nightmare Midwich.
Since after you trigger the ice sculptures and start the photo quest, if you die there, then they bring you back to the exit. So for a while,
Harry?
like I was trying out like taking the 3rd picture with everyone chasing you and then letting them all jump on you at the same time, so they just like drag you back here. But
oh wow,
make any sense.
that's
I need to go there.
yep.
yeah, you spawn. right at the door when if you die.
Or things that I never
Get in the
knew.
car.
If you paid attention, Techie, I did use the more optimized forest route that you I remember you kind of going back and forth to yourself trying to figure out if it was quicker or not.
Yeah, that's man, dude. That the grind for 119 and like trying to find all these like minuscule micro optimizations.
Yep. So I think Techie has a 2013. And I have a 120.04, and I think my sum of best is like 119.46. This game is super optimized right now, and it's just like it's so hard to like do anything like to find like big time saves because everything is just so minor at this point.
Just give it a while, okay? You should go see a doctor.
I'll make sure Cheryl is safe, then worry about myself.
So this is just like a little mandatory walking segment. Can't really do anything. Just kind of get to hear a little bit about Michelle's life. Also, speaking of Michelle, her outfit changes depending of the choices that we've been doing so far.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
She's also one of the only characters that's an original character in this game.
What about her boyfriend?
I guess to say not taken from Silent Hill 1.
That's fair, yeah.
Her boyfriend you see for like 10 seconds just for one really awkward cutscene.
Really awkward cutscene that which you can change. You can make that cutscene not as awkward, but the awkward cutscene is faster, and that's how it is.
What do you do?
I sing.
It makes sense.
It's a temporary thing while John and I sort things out.
You guys tell me. Walking slow, walking faster. Walking slow.
You want to go to Massachusetts?
Walking faster. I swear it's faster.
It definitely feels faster.
If you had the controls in your hand right now, I'm telling you it's faster.
Yeah, it feels faster to me.
And you play on the PS2, so it's good to know that it's like the same thing.
Even more so. I've never done a full run on the Wii, but on the PS2, 100% feels faster.
I know lawyers. They're not so touchy-feely.
Oh, John's not like that.
I think it's similar to the port of Silent Hill Origins, where the translation from PSP to PS2, like the PS2 port is just so laggy.
Yep.
Whereas this game, also a Climax Studio game, so the port from the Wii to the PS2 and PSP like is super laggy. They even have similar problems with lighting.
Eat my inputs, more game, thank you. All right, so this part's, I guess, kind of cool in terms of optimization. Like, we need to find this car key, but the car key doesn't spawn until we check 3 spots. It doesn't matter what spots we check. So what we do right here is we go in here, we're gonna look at this basket, not even look inside it, look at our purse, not even look inside it, and then go to this curtain, and then, oop, there's the car key. Easy peasy. You know, if you did that really well, if you got out of the door before she says that last bit of text right there. So I did poorly. Also, purple screen for some reason. I don't know why the game does that. It's trying to load the area and it's just like purple screen.
They're just paying tribute to me. That's all it is.
Oh, okay. Do you see the shirt, Enigma?
Stop for any red lights.
I know it's
I do.
I know it's far away. I wore that just for you.
One way.
I can see it. I appreciate it.
Cut up on Kincaid.
Good old Silent Hill 4 shirt.
Old Silent Hill. I was doing that last night. I was doing an old school little grindy stream of Silent Hill 4.
It's a classic game.
It is. It's classically random.
I can't remember.
Beautiful.
Beautiful.
Car crash. Nothing is making sense.
Out of my brain.
Don't do this to me, Harry.
But it's nice
Don't
there.
start tripping out on me. When you said you crashed
So
my
this
car,
is
you didn't
Dahlia,
choose.
not the creepy old lady that you probably remember.
I can remember most things. Just
You see, now the order is going to be weird because later we'll be doing Silent Hill 1 and we're going to see like the creepy old lady, and then people wonder what happened to like the young girl in like the
You
vest.
don't know who I am.
Yeah.
no.
Sid and Nancy.
It's going to be quite a culture shock to see how different Dahlia is in these two games. This is the most
That works for
significant
Nancy.
change.
A really lame joke.
I wish it was.
Okay, now we're at the bridge. So a little bit like RNG, but not really. No matter what pops up right here, it's pretty much the same, no matter what, in terms of how fast it is. All right. The solution to this is pretty interesting, though, like finding out the solution. Yellow is right. That's that. Blue is middle, and then green is don't do anything. There we go.
Yeah, and that order is different every time, but like we said, as long as your reflexes are the same, it'll be the same time every time.
So there's actually a phone number you can call in there. They really utilize the phone a lot in this game. So right there, the solution to that is you find a phone number on the wall, call the phone number, and this dude just gives you the ability to lower the bridge. I'm not sure. I'm pretty sure he'd be fired if he actually did that, but who knows?
Don't worry.
Oh.
Stop it.
By the way, if you get green for the last one, you can like go walk over to the door and then leave like a quarter of a second faster.
Didn't know that.
Whoa.
Whoa. That was my brain going, whoa, because I had no clue.
Yeah, you can exit the puzzle and just walk over.
See, if you, I'm pretty sure in my record, I got green last and I sat there. I'm almost certain.
Could have been a 120.03.
Stop it. Stop it. No. The pain. Dude, Dahlia doesn't know how to drive, man. Oh, she's frozen. That's right. I forgot.
Yeah, this is the skippable cutscene.
Yeah, this is the cutscene that you can skip on the PS2. But we are coming up to this this car part, so we are sinking fast. But we need to sink even faster, because you know that if you want to get out of a car in this kind of situation, you have to equalize the pressure and whatnot. So we're going to do that right now. We are going to go to each door that we can. Open door, open window. And
The Brights in chat brought up a good thing, like cool car, one windshield wiper.
Was it one windshield? Is it really one windshield?
Yeah, just one big one.
Dude, I've never noticed these things. I
haven't either. That's awesome.
Oh my goodness. All right, cool. That made my day. Can I see it? I mean, you kind of see it. Just one big boy. Oh man, that's awesome. All right, so we're just kind of waiting for the car to sink to the bottom of the ocean or lake. It's a lake, it's not an ocean. Or I'm sorry, this is a retelling. I say it's an ocean.
Toluca Ocean.
Toluca Ocean.
Toluca Ocean.
Flashlight. There we go. Grab the flashlight and immediately look out the window to get a jump scare. I don't even want to know how cold that water is right now, especially after them just freezing the whole car. They start writing stuff on the window. Stop fighting.
Glad the monsters are illiterate.
Yeah, and they know how to write in reverse so that you can read the letters in the car. That's very nice.
You're right.
They had some real foresight on this one.
Yeah, they did.
You really only get one attempt. Like when it happens, you don't really get to do it again.
Yeah, you can't screw it up. It's a one take. We're live, pal. So they got it.
And with the power of Mary Elizabeth McGlynn, we are freed from the car.
Everyone is going to
And we are always on her mind, I think is the song.
Yes. The great thing, okay, speaking of songs, this game does have a really good soundtrack. Of course, it's Akira Yamaoka, still, producing at this point during
This was his last one.
Yeah, this was his last one. And there's two different songs that you can get at the end of the game in the credits, and we get the best one, and it's Hell Frozen Rain. Hell Frozen Rain is such a good song.
To me, this game's soundtrack is the second best to me behind Silent Hill 2. I love this game's soundtrack. And Hell Frozen Rain is probably, to me, like the best lyrical song in the whole thing for me. I love it.
It's definitely two for me at the top, and then I'd probably put Homecoming underneath it, and then next after this.
Starwin, I read one of the worst puns in chat. I'm gonna read it to you because it's too good to pass up.
You know what's really great, Ek? You don't have to.
But no, I need to. I
need
need to.
No. Like, I don't care if this is your show. I know.
But I need to.
Okay, do it.
They said the story would be a really good icebreaker.
Why didn't it set up a boo on my soundboard?
I have a drum thing, but you won't hear it.
Anytime I am doing anything with Ignisis, from now on, I am putting a boo on my soundboard.
This is a different girl?
That's fun though.
So, sadly, this is there is a tradition with this game that this part we have to be playing some kind of delicious music, as in Running in the 90s or Gas, Gas, Gas. Sadly, we will not be doing that here today. So if you'd like to sing Running in the 90s in your brain, please do it.
Yeah, this part right here is a really special part of the game.
It's special if you're playing on the Wii, that's for sure.
I hope you all enjoy it, yeah. Because here we go. Oh. All right.
Also, you have the jacket with the beer logo on it.
Yes. Another outfit change, depending on the choices. Running in the 90s is a new place I want to be. Just running in the 90s.
God, I love how Harry just keeps rolling after she freezes.
He does, dude. Right here, stairs. He's like. Oh man, that part kills me, man. It's so much fun. If you guys want the full experience of that, please check out my record VOD. Check out Techie's. Just you'll understand what we're talking about. Techie started. You started that tradition, right? I'm pretty sure you did.
Yeah, Speedy Speed Boy.
Yeah. So this is nightmares. I don't know what section you would consider this.
I guess hospital, even though it's not.
It's like
the hospital, not in it.
It's like outside the hospital. I don't know. It's just you're basically just. I don't know. You're just kind of in Silent Hill at this point. I don't know. Dude, I haven't got no, I do have a speed boost. So I was like, oh, hey, I'm sorry. Didn't mean to hit you in the face there, guy. I will say this may look really easy because I'm just gliding through these nightmare segments. Do this casually blind. It's so confusing. The mazes are very, very real.
Having to bust open your phone and navigate while they're still chasing you.
Like you're doing this, you're like, oh, that's the actual phone. Oh no, they're just doing something like that. It's like, oh, I'm being chased. It's like, oh man, where did I go?
Yeah.
Oh man, gotta keep going. Like.
One of the most annoying things about this is when you are pulling up your phone, if you're playing this casually, you can't just hit a button to exit the map. Like you can pull up the map, but you can't hit a button to exit. You have to hit the back button so it goes back to your phone menu. Then you hit another button to go back to the main phone, and then like you have to hit the back button 3 times to take control back from Harry, and it's very irritating.
So right here, we're gonna call Alchemilla Radio and request our favorite song, which, of course, since we are looking for our daughter, it's Daddy's Girl. As you can see, the top 10 songs we've got: Night Driving, Night Driving, also known as Running in the 90s, My Magic Guitar,
very magic guitar,
Rockin' Rabbit, Happy Returns. I wonder. What did she say? Do those have any correlation to anything? Do you guys know? Like,
I have no idea.
No
I don't have a clue. I couldn't. Maybe Rockin' Rabbit, Robbie the Rabbit.
Yeah. I mean,
my favorite one on there though, Crying Tonight.
Never Again, Downpour. I like that one. That's clearly a Downpour reference because you never want to play that again.
I mean, some of them are so generic, but like My Magic Guitar, I can't begin to imagine like what in Silent Hill that could be referring to.
Was
to be here today.
Was no Gitaru Man wasn't made by Konami, was it?
Damn it.
Not like. Do you know what I'm talking about, right?
Yeah.
Okay. I don't think it was either. I was like, maybe that. It's like.
Sorry. I'm just upset.
That was Koei.
Yeah.
That was Koei. Okay.
Don't worry, it's nothing.
Shouldn't we take you inside?
I'm ready to go home.
All right, so this is Lisa. You guys remember Lisa, right? She always had red hair.
I'm heading that way. Let me walk you. Lisa.
Always had blood on her face. Yes.
But you can keep
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. Techie, please. Go ahead.
I was gonna say, it's maybe a minor spoiler for Silent Hill 1, but I love the play here where you meet her and she has a head wound and her whole thing is, it's totally fine. It's just a head wound, no big deal.
Where did you say you were headed?
My daughter.
You know what kills me the most about this whole cutscene, this whole part? There's two things. One, she's like, "Oh, I'm just gonna go home." It's like, well, you have a head wound and you're in the hospital already. Maybe you should get checked out. That's fine. Like, that's my logic.
Yeah, the building's on fire, by the way.
Shh, doesn't matter. No, we don't call anybody. We just keep going. Number two, we're walking to her house right now. Why didn't she just walk? She knew she was tired and she hadn't slept, but she drove to work. She obviously can walk there. It's not that far.
She wanted the heater in her car.
Boo! No, don't believe that. But she has the heater now forever. Her car's on fire.
You know, I mean, it makes sense.
You been a nurse long?
You add up all the overtime, back-to-back 12-hour shifts, compared to a standard 9 to 5. I've been in the hospital for 40 human years.
Does that make it?
Slept through half of
He's
it.
worked it.
Like tonight. Fell asleep.
Don't do the math on that. I don't trust her math.
Hell of a wake-up call.
Dude, if anybody can make or find me the jacket that Harry's wearing, I'd give you all the money in the world.
I just need to get home.
King's
ice.
I need that King's ice.
So, your
It's like a Letterman jacket.
That's right. It's so silly.
Need to get my story straight before I call my insurance.
Sybil could only find
You were alone?
Yeah.
these clothes, huh?
Yes.
Look, it's the
Now
white
you're
sheet.
trying to trick me.
Not me.
Also, this version of Silent Hill doesn't have anything to do with like the original town. Like the layout, there's no like similar layout at all.
Yeah, I think that's to the game's benefit. Like,
yeah, I agree.
Coming off the road.
as opposed to Downpour, where they add a lot of geography onto the town again.
Where you can do all the fun side quests and get things like med kits as rewards.
This is like being in a therapy group for car crash survivors. Thanks for sharing, Harry. Let's go around the room.
They still teach bedside manner to nurses?
Yep. See, like right here, I wouldn't like. I would already be inside Lisa's apartment. Like, I just really wanted to test that out. So yeah, moving with the flashlight is off is definitely way quicker. All right, so right here, this is faster. Yeah, that's all I'm gonna say. This is just faster, and this is why we do this.
You know, last time I had a guy in my apartment, it was summer. During the heat wave. Now it's winter. Freaky early, but still. Time flies.
The great part about all this right here is that she's gonna come out and she's gonna get really mad at us, but then 2 seconds later,
she should.
Which she should. That's fine. It's totally fine. But then 2 seconds later, you're gonna tell me that you're like, oh, get out of here. Just get out of here. Oh wait, I have a headache. Can you go get me some medicine? Like, are you real?
Better behaved.
Yeah.
Now I don't feel so.
And
Sometimes
what
it's not
happens?
mad at you.
What happens, for example, if you don't do that? What happens to make that slower?
So, turning on the TV and watching the TV.
Yes.
So you do that, and the dialogue is just a little bit long. There's more sentences essentially that are said between Harry and Lisa. That's it.
For anybody wondering, yeah, I just wanted that clarified that there's more dialogue added, and this is a real-time measured run, so that's why that is the way it is.
If it was, in-game time or anything like that, we wouldn't have to worry about doing that cutscene. But since
I wish.
But since this doesn't have like an in-game timer, we are strictly with RTA, and that just so happens to be the quicker option.
When we all lived in huts and wore
Now we get to have Kaufman talk about things.
Food, water.
Oh, the long one.
Is this the one? Is this the long one? Oh, it is. Okay.
bottled water,
Ooh.
38 calories.
As soon as I hear that first sentence, you feel guilty about everything. I'm up and getting a drink or going to the bathroom.
Yep, that's what I do every time.
If only
So
I
this
had acted
little
differently.
activity
If
is
only I'd considered
Kaufman's going
that.
to tell us a
If
story
only I'd said
about a
something.
bull, a king,
Don't beat
a
yourself
prince,
up
or
for
a
your past.
hero and a
Don't
princess.
blame yourself. Blame the world. Blame God.
And we have to,
Blame
listen to a story, and then we have to put them in order in who was the most guilty of like causing this chick's death. You're gonna just pay attention. You'll get the gist of it. Also, one of the cool features of the Wii version, if I just like look away and then don't move for a bit, I'm pretty sure that's how it works. Like, yeah, it'll automatically go back to Kaufman,
He doesn't have a name.
which
Wilhelm
that's
is
actually one of the
passionately in
things
love with
that
Celestine.
will deter from you getting a good ending. I'm pretty sure is if you constantly look at Kaufman, like you actually don't want to look at him if you want to get the good ending in the psych ward at the end, or psychological office, I should say.
He must say yes to the match. They are married, and Wilhelm takes Celestine back with him to his kingdom. That night, he attempts to consummate the marriage. but the
Wilhelm.
distraught Celestine
Just gonna look at the alcohol.
She runs from the safety of the castle and across a field, ignoring the sign which warns of danger.
Scotch
In
whiskey.
that field is a bull who, seeing
Does
the
he just like
girl,
serve it to
charges
his
her.
patients, or is that
She
for him?
falls under
That's
his
for
feet
him.
and is
Yeah.
killed.
We will find that out later.
He gets
What I want
mad.
you to do is line the players up according to how guilty they are of
Oh,
Celestine's
you know,
death.
now we have to be like,
Whose fault was it?
line them up.
The
Left most culpable, right most innocent. And you know what the answer is? You guys should know this by now. It's called, do I want to hear that again? No, guess what? You can't say yes, and it's really sad.
Done.
So sadly, it's the bull's
You
fault,
couldn't
man.
Ignore the facts. He
Aw.
was the one.
Well, the
who
bull,
killed
the
her.
bull killed her. It just
He's
makes
just being
sense,
a
right?
bull.
Well, he should learn not to do that.
Find the best cure
He's
for
a
guilt
bull.
is to never
No.
get caught
Just don't
first.
kill, Smile. It's that easy.
Continue.
Oh, big
All
F
right.
for the bull.
Big F for the bull. All right, so now this is the mall segment. I really hate this part because we're running down here, we're trying to get to the mall, and then we get a phone call from Lisa. We have to backtrack. And it's one of those things where it's just like, let's make the game longer for no reason. The mall's pretty cool. The actual nightmare segment isn't that bad. I would say it's one of the easier ones.
Is it
But
like,
what's up?
oh, is it like the same mall but during Black Friday?
No. We're gonna, that's a big no for me. All right.
Hey,
So
hey, Starwin.
what's up?
Can I ask you a question that's completely unrelated to the run, but it's a pun, and Egg Dices will probably laugh?
I will.
Can I do that?
Even if he says no, you have my permission.
Well, I want to make sure it's okay. Starwin,
Lisa?
Oh, God,
you thinking about it?
Hey, I'm on the phone here. Calm down.
Sorry, I don't want to interrupt a phone call.
Do you not hear Lisa? She is sad.
She sounds more than sad. She sounds pretty desperate, actually.
Lisa? I'm coming back.
Okay, go ahead and do your pun. I'm gonna explain what happened. Go
Yay.
ahead, have fun.
Okay, Egg Dice, this is for you, buddy. So,
Okay.
Starwin, is your favorite wrestler Stone Cold Steve Austin?
No, my favorite wrestler is Glacier.
Even better.
All right, I like
Even
that one.
better. You went with it. Wow. Good for you. Good for you. You went with it.
Starwin, I'm very happy
Is that how you take puns? Is that how you do it?
Starwin,
Yeah.
I'm very happy that you were chill about that one.
Oh boy.
Just didn't want to give you the cold shoulder.
All right, so Starwin. Oh man.
Not from you.
Oh goodness.
And-
The
but
onslaught of puns.
Everybody
The great
gets
thing
one.
is, listen. There's a good reason why I didn't invite any of you from my GDQ couch for GDQ 2021. Because I was gonna hear this. I was gonna hear all this.
I mean, you're gonna.
Hey,
No.
I'm just doing the one. That's all. That's all I got.
I said don't.
Hey, I was to say, I will be
Stand up
telling
and step
plenty
away
of
from the
mummy
girl.
puns
This
for
isn't
that
what it looks
couch.
like.
Stop talking.
I'm not on your couch
This was
anymore.
in
Just
an
take me off.
accident. I didn't do this.
Accident. Shut the hell
All
up.
right.
You've been
So,
feeding
do
me
you want to
bullshit
explain
all
that
night.
phone call now?
Yes, let me explain the phone call.
I didn't.
Shut up.
So earlier when Lisa was like, "Hey, can you go get me a pill?" and she asked for the red ones. Well, if people were paying attention, I did not do that. I gave her the yellow pill, which causes her to, you know, that happened. She kind of bled everywhere out of her face, and she died. The only reason we do that is because it's quicker. Like I'm pretty sure she still dies, even if you give her the right pill.
Yeah, she does.
And that's just a quicker, like again, just quicker dialogue option.
Yeah, the phone call's a little different.
Poor Lisa.
She just can't get away from the leading head injuries, no matter which game she's in.
It's, man, ain't that the truth?
A perpetual destiny for Lisa.
All right, getting caught this soon is pretty good. I do not want to get grabbed with this guy though. Well, he had other stories or other plans. Jump down, please. Thank you. Oh, cool. There's a million of them. I love game. So that's another thing. Like you're seeing me having to make these motions with the nunchuck and the Wii remote. I don't have to do that on PS2.
Nope, sure don't.
Telling me to shake the nunchuck when I do and it doesn't do anything. I hate you, game. All right, so I'm gonna. Oh yeah, that'll work, Harry. You know, you should be on the other side before you pull it down. Thank you. All right, so like I said, Nightmare Mall's not too bad. Yeah, we got grabbed a lot, but remember the colors of that toucan's beak. It's very important.
Yeah, I got stuck there for so long when I first played this.
Yep, so did I.
Me too. Yep.
Tukey, who the hell's Tukey?
Yeah, and it's like, I know a Robbie Rabbit. I don't know a toucan.
And what sucks is that once you get to that gumball thing and you know what to do, you can't go back. There's no way to go back and look at it, I don't think.
I'm pretty sure you can. Like,
can you?
I think you can. Like, because you do get, like, when you get, maybe you, I don't know. Can you?
I just remember.
I'm trying to think, can you? If you, I mean, you'd have to, right? I mean, they wouldn't be able. Like, they wouldn't.
All bets are off. I just remember I think I couldn't go back for whatever reason.
All right, so red, yellow, purple, pink are our colors. And like I said, this is another orange. Yeah, the order does not matter. We just need to get them out. There's pink. There's yellow.
Dude, there's one that looks like a
let's go.
purple.
Come on, purple. Come on, purple. Oh.
Like a lavender, not like a.
It's this
like
one right here
purple.
that I have on screen right now. That one, it's like black or something.
Yeah.
And then there's purple.
There it is.
Yeah, like. That was almost a really good RNG.
So I must confess, I'm learning things. I did not know that you could get all 4 colors randomly. I thought you had to get them in order. So I'm
oh no.
learning things.
Like once you see the color, boom, go for it, man.
Yeah.
Like.
Interesting. All right.
So that puzzle's the equivalent of getting into a fight with a vending machine.
Puppies.
Yeah, this like mechanism here, this gumball shakeup, kind of wild.
It's pretty much fighting a vending machine, but it's a gumball machine, which is kind of worse.
Anytime I did that to the gumball machine in my mall, my mom would get mad at me.
As she should have.
Do gumball machines still exist?
Yes, they do.
Dude, in my mall, we have these things that we have a candy store in our mall, and they just have these huge wagons that just have gumball machines on them everywhere.
I'm more shocked that you still have a mall.
Dude, I live in a town.
Is it still thriving, or is it like a ghost town mall?
No, it's not. It thrives. Like, here's the greatest thing. Everyone has been to a mall, of course. I mean, come on. My mall has carpet in it instead of tile. It's a carpeted mall. It's really weird. Shout outs to malls.
Oh, imagine the maintenance. Good God.
No, like if you go into that, because I used to work in there. I used to work in the arcade in there, and they would have people just riding like these like Segway carpet cleaners. It was really weird.
Like, wait, the employees or like just mall patrons?
Like the mall janitorial staff.
And I was like,
also
like,
mall patrons.
Zamboni.
It's like a Zamboni that you can stand in. It's really silly.
That's awesome.
Whoa. 1, 7, 8. Man,
So
there
the
we
chat's asking, can you walk around in socks?
Also, wait, better question. Is it still thriving now? Because that kind of worries me.
People still go there, man.
Oh.
Wait, what?
With the carpet.
Wait, what? What's going on? Why can't I? Wait. Oh, because I'm going to the wrong place. See, it's been a bit.
That's why we have estimates.
I totally forgot about the I didn't need to go to the end of the hallway right there. I need to go upstairs.
Oh, okay, I'm still a little behind.
Oh.
See, you just passed Tukey.
All right, and I'm at the cinema now, and it shows a title of a movie. That movie will change to the movie title depending on the stuff that you've done. Also, I guess I could show that off real quick. Konami being Konami, we've got Contra, Russian Attack cabinets right there.
Yep, all their IPs I don't do anything with now. Yep, they're all there.
It's so true.
Okay, I'm amazed you got together forever, but you have the drunk ending jacket.
Yep, that's what's always happened to me.
Huh.
Do you know any of the other movie titles on the top of your head?
The Dancer, Good Poison, and I forget the last one.
Good Poison.
Yeah, that's the alcoholic
Good
ending.
Poison. Okay, that's
Good Poison.
That's probably the best one.
Like the Dancer's the sexy one, and then I forget what the last one, like the abusive one.
Oh.
I don't remember that one.
Yeah, I've only known about Together Forever, not gonna lie.
The funny thing, we're past the theater, but there's a little poster or a banner in there that if you examine it, and remember this game came out in 2009, it was talking about 4K cameras and resolutions.
No kidding.
Pretty awesome. Speaking of which, yesterday, I do believe, was the 11-year anniversary of this game coming out.
I forgot to mention that because I saw that happen. They posted on Twitter. I was like, oh, well, did you look at that?
It came out on December 8th, 2009.
I'm going to be very honest on this one. I didn't know that, and I just wanted this game on the show.
Nice.
So it all worked out.
It worked out. At least you're honest. You could have just been like, yep, I knew it. I knew it completely.
Well, I figured December cold games
that deal with cold. You wish.
I could have had another idea. The problem is I couldn't have done games that deal with cold in 2 weeks because, well, that's Christmas. And you have to focus on Christmas for that time.
Ooh, are you trying to say something?
Oh, I'm totally giving a hint for the next show of that we have here, but we'll talk more about that later.
What are you doing here, Harry?
Gonna have Blue Stinger, right?
Oh, that game is too long, but maybe the following year if we're still doing this, or maybe Lifeline actually.
Oh God, Lifeline. Also, this is Dahlia. This is just her aged a little bit. You kind of find out that Dahlia and Harry were a thing, and they got married, and now she's a frozen statue. It's a beautiful thing.
That happens.
It's going around this time of year.
My wife. All right, this is the last little nightmare segment. This one's a little bit longer, just a little bit though, because we have these segments where we're going down endless stairways.
It's like metaphorical and stuff.
Oh man, I'm telling you. Though I do appreciate Harry just having the cojones to actually jump off a ledge into a black void. He's like, oh, there's no other place for me to go. Might as well just jump off this cliff.
Yeah, he does the James Sunderland thing. He just looks at it. He's like,
Yep.
oh, okay.
There's a hole you can't see at the bottom. Okay, I'll jump in that. That's fine.
Guess I'll jump.
Like, oh, well, that looks a little deep there, but go for broke, I guess. Whee! He just falls off. He doesn't even jump. Just casually walks off.
There's Cheryl.
Hi, Cheryl.
Deploy parachute. You don't have a parachute though.
Do parachutes work in the cold?
I don't see why they wouldn't.
Yeah, well, why wouldn't they?
I don't know. I don't really think about cold parachutes.
I mean, it's going to be colder the higher up in the air you are anyway, so.
Anyway, really quick, Star, I feel like this is a good time. So since you have been here for a little bit so far, do you have any particular shout-outs you'd like to give to anyone? Since I know we're not quite at the end of the run yet, but we are approaching, I know, a very exciting finale coming up.
Yes.
Yeah.
You know, always shout out to my friends in the horror crew, the spooky speedrunners, all you guys. Oh, I forgot where to go. And I'm
that door didn't open. What the heck?
I think I went far. I went too far.
Yeah, you're saying?
Oh yeah, it's my spooky speedrun friends, everyone in the Silent Hill Discord. I'm lost. This is not good. I think I'm supposed to keep going straight right here, but it's not I'm not getting. Okay, yeah, I'm in a land where I've never been before.
No worries.
Okay, no. Okay, now we're back on track. Okay.
Yeah, it's like once you find the room, you'll know what it looks like.
Yeah. All right, so yeah. And then recently in the gaming community in general, we did lose a very, very good person, very unexpectedly, Bane Reeker. If anything, I'd like to dedicate this run to him and his family. He was a great guy, definitely put a lot of smiles on people's faces. A fan of horror and bad games alike, and it's definitely a man that I can respect for sure.
Yep,
Amen.
all of us did.
Alrighty, so gonna jump off one more ledge here. And we are coming. Okay, there's this next spot is actually pretty interesting. I think on the PS2 version, this next area loads pretty quick. But on the Wii, the screen's gonna go black here, and we actually can go ahead and start moving. But I think on the PS2 version though, like it loads fairly quick to where like it doesn't even matter.
Dropping into Koga's gym.
I love my daddy. My sound is not loud enough for me to actually hear the footsteps.
Oh yeah. That's kind of helpful.
Okay. Oh, that wasn't too bad. You're supposed to use the light to find the path, which is it's pretty simple. Pretty simple little puzzle.
Yeah, Koga's gym and invisible walls.
And all right. Getting caught here as soon as possible is very, very good. And the trick behind this room is if there's ice on the walls, go through that door. That's pretty much it. But for the most part, anytime I do runs of this, the pattern's the same. And also, yeah, I just got a boost. That's if I was doing a speed run of this, the run would have been dead, because that's like an actual like record attempt. Because you need that boost like super quick.
Also, the layout of that final area is different on PS2.
Oh, is it really? Interesting.
Yeah, it's weird.
Alrighty. Yeah, we're nearing the end. That's the last big like maze segment though. There's really nothing else that's that difficult anymore in the run. There's things you have to memorize.
We have phrases like the honeymoon is over.
We got Kaufman talking about the tiger in space and stuff, but you know.
Always a treat.
Yeah.
Cynical. Divorce does that to you.
Dude, Kaufman's such a good character. I love him in this game.
Oh, I totally agree. Do you think marriage? Again, these answers are just. It's mainly for this next cutscene that's about to happen. Just makes the dialogue a lot quicker, a lot shorter.
You know what? You being such an expert on marriage.
I didn't say I was an expert.
Ace my matchmaker test. On the table are 6 pictures.
All right, so this little exercise is make 3 couples essentially. And of course, that is just going to be us going to each picture and immediately putting it wherever. It's just.
All finished. Okay. Now tell me which of those couples are still together.
They're pictures. None of them are together because they never were. Kaufman's a jerk.
Oh, let's keep going.
Yeah, he's great. He's such a jerk. You never really know if he's like on your side or like what he's doing in this game.
Like in the very beginning, he seems so genuine, like wanting to help you. And as the game progresses, he just becomes like he's poking at you,
so you're Harry.
like so much. And then at the very, very end, he's like, he's very sympathetic, and it's just like, dude, you suck. Like, is this how you? Oh, I'm supposed to be skipping this cutscene. I was like, I do not recognize this at all.
So you were.
Well, they were saying the other therapist didn't work out for your main character.
It is true.
John got to be king because his family owns half the town. I was queen because I looked great in the dress.
You still fit into that dress?
I fit this one pretty well. Right, Harry?
Why are you asking Harry? That's so messed up, dude.
What, taunt me? Hey, sorry if...
You think this is about you? Harry's here because he needs help. I'm not the one who missed the reunion.
I do enjoy the voice acting in this game. They casted a lot of good people.
God, you are so different now.
Well, and thankfully, this car does have 2 windshield wiper blades.
Oh, thank you for... please, I'm so glad you noticed that.
Yes.
It's a fancy car. Those new fancy cars have 2 windshield wipers.
Yep.
Sorry, Harry.
John's got a pretty advanced car for 2009 too. Like it's got the LED display in there.
What's my time looking at? We can spend about 10 minutes in here, right? Just looking at the features of the car.
You're about 116, I think.
I'm sorry,
Roughly
guys.
about 115, 116. I don't think you can spend 10 minutes in the car, but if there are fun things we'd like to show, it is always welcome here on the show.
No, it's fine. It was just a joke.
Just a joke.
Just joking. Just joshing you.
They look like blades to you?
Keep out state water as opposed to normal water.
The city water is what you want to look for, not the state water.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. The city water, that's the good stuff.
So, Enigma, did you have a hard time in this spot when I had my flashlight off?
No, not really.
Okay.
In this area, it's kind of straightforward where to go. So
look at
the only areas where it was really crazy to follow the record run is in that beginning area with all the lodges and everything, and you had to run in the woods with the snow.
Yeah,
That's
I can see that.
This part right here is pretty straightforward though. So if you've done it once, you'll do it a million times. It's not an open-ended area.
I'm sorry to anybody that wants to speedrun this game and they have to look at my run. You honestly can look at Techie's run and it's just as good. We literally we do the exact same things. Like
So on that note, so like you just mentioned, you can ask Techie, and both of you probably know this. There's some discussion about like the game is faster when you don't have a save file or the game's not loaded. Is there what's that going on with this game, or is that like the PS2 version only?
I think that's PS2 version only. I never noticed any load time changes on the
yeah, I've never heard that.
on the Wii.
Okay. Because there was some talk like on the PS2 version that if you had a completely blank memory card, or at least a memory card that did not have previous Shattered Memories data, that the game ran faster, I guess because it was loading less info, supposedly. I just didn't know if there was anything like that on the Wii version or not.
Oh my God. Come on, Harry, climb over.
And we're going to Annie's Bar right now, which is a place that we'd never had any access to in Silent Hill 1. That is on the map in Silent Hill 1. We actually go into it.
Speaking of places in Silent Hill, Techie, didn't you just do a thing where you were looking for all the Mexican food restaurants in Silent Hill?
Yeah, in Silent Hill 2 specifically. Well, okay, no, there was a reason for it, because the town was initially modeled on San Bruno, California.
You're obsessed with
which I actually went and visited, and so I was like, I wonder if there's a lot of Mexican restaurants like there are in real San Bruno. And there's 4 within like a few blocks, so kind of
interesting.
So San Bruno, how close is that to Centralia?
Like 4,000 miles.
Oh, okay, so not even close. Okay,
that makes sense.
Thank you.
Excited to touch on the sex thing.
Oh yes, the tiger in space and whatnot.
The what?
A tiger in space.
A tiger in space.
Now you're screwing with me.
Sex and death. Sex is death. It's a leap into
the tiger in space.
The great loss of self. The tiger in
One of my favorite lines in this is, you may have already done it. He just says, "Blame me."
Yeah. Blame you. Blame me.
Blame me. I don't know why that cracks me up so much, but it does.
Don't need analysis. You clearly are not getting enough. Let's see this through to the end.
All right, final little area. I guess this is the amusement park. It's not the same amusement park, is it? Like it's just whatever they considered to be the amusement park.
No, I think it's still. I mean, it's definitely not the same like map layout and everything, but it's still supposed to be Lakeside Amusement Park.
Okay. Alrighty, so we're just trying to get to the pier because there's a boat. We need to get on that boat because Harry's trying to find a lighthouse. That's where apparently Cheryl's at.
So this game is BioShock.
Yes. No.
Also, the amusement park here is all like medieval themed. I don't think that's carried over from the other games, but it is thematic to this game.
Okay. Here comes the Tunnel of Louvre. And we have this really, really weird thing that we have to do. There's a shadow in here and we have to like...
It is so weird.
Lure it to a bunch of places.
And there's 4 of them. There's 4 spots in here.
I legit don't remember the order. I think it's up here next.
It's the one up top.
No, it's right here.
Oh, there, yeah.
It's there, and then it goes up top.
And then you go back
over there, yeah.
It's so different than the way they handle the shadow stuff for the entire different part of the game.
Like, because the shadow of Cheryl like shows up everywhere in the game. And this is like the one part where it's like super pivotal to like to be able to move on.
Yeah. Like you have to do this. It's required.
So we're pretty much scaring the shadow into this ice, and somehow that like melts it.
Yeah. Well, don't you know shadows are hot? They radiate a lot of body heat with their energy. You played Phasmophobia, right?
Oh no, you're right. Okay. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I've never played Phasmophobia, just to be clear. So I'm just guessing that that's how it works.
I know me and Techie have.
Yeah.
I'm good, at least.
Oh yeah, the boat's name is the Orpheus.
Yep.
Which is also very,
Yeah.
metaphor.
Yeah.
Very relevant.
Yep.
I think they took that out in the other version. Like that label's just not there.
Interesting.
Wait, so they kept it in the
PS2
Wii version?
I'll have to go back and look. I thought it was there in the PS2 version, but I'd have to go take a look at it.
Skip the second scene.
Yeah, so Dahlia and Harry did some stuff, and now Harry's walking on sunshine. Gonna answer this phone call.
Harry,
He has a cool Hawaiian shirt.
I love this right here, though.
I love you, Harry.
I'm sorry.
He's like, sorry.
Yeah, that little giggle when he says sorry.
It kills me every time, dude. All right, so the light in the distance is supposed to be the lighthouse, and we're just gonna keep running to it. So we are in the nightmare version of Silent Hill right now, but there's no maze. There's just enemies, and what we're trying to do right here is, once the enemies do spawn, we're just trying to die as quick as possible.
Yeah, collect 4.
Yeah, collect four baddies. And it takes a bit for it to trigger. There we go. Once you hear the music shift, it means it's time. So I'm gonna kind of keep looking back to see if there's any behind me. So I have one right there, so that's good. We'll let him grab me. You can kind of see how the enemies have drastically changed in appearance. They have all these lumps on their bodies. I can't even tell where I'm going now. I'm probably just gonna stand here and hope for the best. Where are your friends? There they are. Like there.
Saw in the distance. There we go.
And there's the other buddy. Hey, I got room on the right side, man. Thank you. All right. Oh, look at that. There's all coming now. What the heck? So right there, that's kind of what you would see in a game over animation, but this time around we need this to happen. So this is Ecdysis's favorite part of this game. This is where you're supposed to swim towards the lighthouse. So if here we go for Ecdysis. I'm doing this.
Well, thank you. I just love the swimming. You know, there's not a lot of games that feature Wii action swimming.
That's all you're getting.
Like laughing at water.
We're here.
So, funny enough, you would think, oh, I need to swim to the lighthouse. I need to move closer to it because that's the fastest way. No, doing nothing is the optimal way of doing this part because Harry just inevitably just drowns. Like, as you can see, he's struggling more and more and more.
You can look down into the water. I wish it was faster to drown that way, just like holding your own head under.
Oh wow! I didn't even know I didn't even know that.
No, like I wish it was faster, but I don't think it is.
No, I'm pretty. To my knowledge, it's just it's timed.
It'd be so funny though.
And there he goes. I forgot how to swim.
It's really a shame too. We would have loved to see your swimming skills with a Wii controller and the nunchuck.
All right, we made it to the lighthouse. Time is coming up. The lighthouse is actually a doctor's office. It's actually a psychiatrist's office. So that's kind of weird, right?
Like, it's very Art Deco kind of modern architecture.
So this is really weird. I mean, why are we here? Why would Cheryl be here?
Here we go.
And time.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Let's enjoy the ending.
School days?
Yes, please enjoy the ending.
Conflicted about marriage, your denial of death.
Remember that question about the drinks?
Oh yeah.
Sexuality? 18 years of denial. A whole universe of fantasy in that thick skull of yours.
He's so
A
mean.
skull teeming with agents of repression. Blind children clutching photos in the dark.
Finished his drink and he is pissed.
He's a very upset boy, that's for sure.
The turn is coming. sophisticated.
You know, I don't think he's a licensed therapist.
Isn't it?
No.
A young girl. Her parents
I will say this, that I think the UFO ending for this game is definitely like at least top 2.
that Daddy died.
The UFO ending for this
very
game
good.
is hilarious.
Deny that Daddy died. Deny who Daddy was. What 7-year-old actually knows who their parents
Wait,
are
aren't
anyway?
but
So
why are you
he
saying daddy?
obsesses and
But what do you
obsesses over
mean?
this fantasy dad
Aren't we
propping up a make-believe
Harry?
with scraps of a happy life
Yeah,
that
right?
never was,
What are they
scraps of a father who
what are
never
they getting at
existed.
here? What is this?
Wake up!
Woo! That empty glass sure had a lot of liquid in it.
Oh my gosh.
Dad wasn't a hero.
Dude, I just got I'm running this on my retro tank and I never noticed like the stain it makes.
Yeah.
And you
Oh, what?
What?
Dad walking
Guys, 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 guys.
ghost. He never existed.
What the world?
Frankenstein's monster, a child's fantasy. But you're alive. Your mother is alive.
So
She's not the monster.
Twist the whole
you were brought
time.
up to be.
is during these psychological
Need
segments,
to live.
we were not playing as Harry, we were playing as Cheryl.
Dun dun dun.
Why did you have to die?
So this is kind of like the bad ending
Someone has
for
to
this
take
part.
blame.
Forget me.
It's actually really, really, really sad. Just
Fun fact: in the original Silent Hill, there is the worst possible ending where you do die in a car crash.
that is true.
Yep. That is correct.
I just want to mention, he didn't freeze at all until he wore the Hawaiian shirt. Like, he fell apart the moment he put that on.
Only you would notice
beginning of the
this.
end.
Only you.
This
And
message
they
is
didn't
just
really-
a PSA.
They didn't really try too hard on the PS2 version of this with the ice effects, so Harry just turns a tint of blue, and that's
It just falls
all he
over.
does. That's just it. Yeah.
And then we have the pivotal VHS ending. Get to see all the happy memories of Cheryl growing up with her dad.
And perhaps the greatest ending in the history of Silent Hill. coming
I
up
do
here.
love this. It's pretty great.
I mean, in water, Silent Hill 2, pretty iconic, but Drunk Daddy on Shattered Memories, this is the top. This is number 1 right here, I think.
It begs the question, why are they recording it?
Well, uh-oh.
What the hell are you filming me for? Am I supposed to dance for you?
Let's all dance. I'm dancing.
I really like Harry's super sad face at the very end of this. He's so
Give
sad.
me a damn beer.
Like, look at him.
Well,
Just
he
like,
ran-
he's like, Alrighty. Ladies and gentlemen, I've been Starwin. Thanks again for Dice
You
for
sure
living.
have been.
I
Yes.
sure have.
Alright.
Still are to this day.
Oh, thank goodness.
And always will be.
Thank you, Igdisis, for having me on the show. It's definitely an honor, and I really do appreciate it. And
Well,
thank you.
Go ahead.
Oh, I was like, thank you, Techie and Enigma, for being on the couch. It's always nice to hear from you guys, and your input is always amazing.
Thank you for having us.
Oh, for
Yeah,
sure.
I'm glad.
And before you go, I have to ask, so if anyone enjoyed the run and wanted to find more of you, Mr. Starwin, where would they find you on, the various areas of online?
The various okay, twitch.tv/Starwin, where I play a bunch of horror games. I'm primarily focusing on learning 3 games this month. Those games have to be games that take place during Christmas, and they have to be horror games. So recently I picked up Blue Stinger. I'm going to be playing, you probably can't see that, Extermination. That's going to be my next one. And then I don't know what else after that, but
Lifeline.
I want to do Lifeline, but it's such a long run. And then OD_Starwin on Twitter, if you guys want to follow me there and get notifications when I go live. But yeah, that's going to be it for me. And enjoy the rest of the show, everybody. We have The Thing coming up next, and then we have OG Silent Hill 1. So still a lot of good stuff in store. So thanks again, everybody. Starwin signing off.
Yeah.
See ya.
I'm gonna rest down the screen for a little bit here. Just if you have enjoyed Starwin, you know where to find him now. Up next will be The Thing, and we'll kind of talk more about that after the brief break here. we are going to cut to a few ads in a moment here. If you want to avoid these, subscribing to the Games Going Quick channel can help you do that. And it also does support the GT Topic shows as we continue them throughout the year and keeps it all running. As well, AGDQ 2021 Online is coming up soon. The Yeti is a virtual attendee shirt on sale now at theyeti.com/AGDQ from now until December 15th. As always, a portion of the proceeds of every shirt sale will be donated to the Rent Cancer Foundation. This exclusive pre-order shirt will have a virtual attendee design and will be shipped out prior to the events, so you can have it in time for AGDQ 2021 from January 3rd to the 10th. Anyway, we'll be right back really quick after a couple ads. Don't be gone long. We'll be back at the thing with Matt. All right. And welcome back. We have returned after the Silent Hill Shattered Memories. We had a lovely, father-daughter relationship and a lot going on with that game. But I think a game that truly is going to encapsulate the winter feel is on deck. As you guys may know, we are approaching the first damn week of winter. And we have a very good game coming on up, especially given the current times. And it's quite a relatable one. Normally, it's one of my favorite movies of all time based on that one. You got 12 guys just kind of, quarantined to a base. It's very cold. It's in the Antarctic. And more importantly, I'm going to show you something that I already know. And that is going to be Matt running The Thing, the video game. Starting now.
Okay. Hello. I'm Matt. And this is also one of my favorite movies of all time as well. But yeah, so this game is basically a direct sequel. It's a canon sequel to the 1982 film, which you'll see. So this game basically starts right after that film ends, kinda. I won't go too much into the story because I've never watched all the cutscenes in this game, I don't think. So I won't try and say too much about the story, but you'll see a couple of characters that you may recognize from the film. Yeah, so I'll give you a countdown. So 3, 2, 1, go. So this first level introduces us to the mechanics of the game. This game, you basically look after AI. So I've got some AI teammates with me here who I have to protect. So right there, I make them stop. And that skips a cutscene that would normally play if they come into this room. But since I make them stop, it doesn't play that cutscene. So I need the engineer to follow me. So I'm gonna quickly borrow him and only him and make him follow me. And yeah, he's followed me, good. Sometimes he doesn't follow you and it's annoying. There's a lot of RNG in this game. So I'm gonna make him stop by this door. Where is he? Okay. Because if he comes down here with me, it also triggers a cutscene. So if I go down here by myself, it doesn't trigger a cutscene. I did a little drop there to avoid taking damage. A little bit faster. So we're gonna grab this key. And I'm gonna go back to our friend that we just left in the doorway. So yeah, basically you play as Blake in this game. I don't know what he's doing. I can't remember. Like the gist of what he's doing in the game, but I know that coming up soon there'll be a section where you find Childs from the movie dead, and that's basically the canon part. So Childs did actually die. Childs was the thing. Hello. Okay, you meant to turn there to look at the computer, but I turned too far. So a lot of stuff I'll be doing in this game is like moving during cutscenes, like the fade outs after cutscenes. You won't really see me moving, but I'll be moving.
All right. Also, to kind of jump the gun early on this one, yes, this game is surprisingly canon. If you're wondering why, it's because John Carpenter said it's canon. It's a very weird.
He's also in the game as well.
He is, and I can't wait to get to that. It's my favorite part of this game.
You'll see him coming up in level 5B, I think. I can't remember
I believe that's the one.
Yeah.
So, first question, I am kind of curious. What made you want to run the Thing video game? Because for most of my knowledge, this is kind of like a really kind of obscure PlayStation 2 PC game around that time. Like what? It came out in 2002?
Yeah.
Also, I believe Childs is human because his dead body is just chilling there. So what made you want to run the game?
Well, it's just a game that I'd never been able to beat when I was a kid. It was always really hard to me, and no one had run it. As far as I'm aware, before, well, as I did a run, someone did a run, like literally a few days before I did my first run, so I was quite annoyed at that. But no one had ran the game ever when I decided to try and pick it up, so I played through it, and the game was so hard that I wanted to try and challenge myself to see if I could get a good route to beat the game. And that was basically, I love The Thing. It's one of my favorite movies of all time. It's my favorite horror movie. So it was just a given that I tried to do it at least. But this game it's very cruel. It can be very cruel at times. So right here, I'm gonna heal our friend, and I'm gonna give him a pistol to make him trust me. So hopefully he will now hack this panel, which will give me access to the camera. Because I need to get a code, and that code's on the other side of this door. So we look at it from the camera. And there we go. Now we can unlock this door. You don't actually type it in, it's just, oh, you know what the code is, then it just automatically unlocks the door.
It's pretty convenient.
It is. And we're gonna hope that he hacks the panel this time.
You should have a look at this.
Sometimes he'll go like, I can't do it, and then he'll just stand there like a melon and won't actually do anything. So I hope he hacks the panel. He did, okay, good. So what, basically that turns the electric off and allows us to get through into this next level. If only there was a way to actually clip through this, then we could skip all of that, but no one's found a way yet, sadly. Also, there is glitches in this game. Do you want to point that out? There's not an abundance of them, there's not loads, but there is glitches that I will be doing. And there is one that I'm going to try to do in this level. So coming up soon, there's going to be a part where I'm going to get some syringes, and they're going to be, well, they're called hypos, I think. And we're going to use them to basically test if someone's infected with the thing. If someone's got the parasite in them, whatever.
I think design-wise, oh, good.
So basically what's going to happen is I'm going to try and get these two to come outside. Now I'm going to stop them from moving. I'm going to come over here. I need to get the high post first. I'm going to come back, and what's going to happen is I'm going to trigger a cutscene, and then after this cutscene, the game is going to try and warp me to one of those guys for me to test them, and hopefully if I do it correctly, it will warp me into one of them to where the final level trigger will be, and it will just end the level. And that's in the hopes that it does work. So I'm going to try and position this guy right here in a specific spot. It's not that precise, but oh no, the enemies are, if the enemies come, that's bad. It might not work. It's fine if it doesn't. It's only a little time save. So I'm going to test myself first, and hopefully now the screen will go black and it will end the level. Hopefully. Okay, good. There we go. So it worked. So basically I just skipped. Basically that part is like there's meant to be a big fight where they turn into the thing and you have to fight them. But I just skipped that. So these hypos, as you can see, are probably going to come in very handy. And there's also going to be another skip here. Now this level, in my opinion, is the worst level in the game. It's the hardest to do consistently because there's going to be a random thing at the end of it. But I'm going to do a glitch first. So conveniently, this building here is like kind of low down. We can kind of just crouch under the floor and get under the floor inside. We're going to move this guy. And then we're going to test ourselves to gain his trust. Because we need this guy to progress through the level. So now he trusts me. So I'm going to come over here.
Like, how thick and big is that needle where it's piercing through their jackets?
I failed it. Sometimes you'll just get popped up through the floors. Nothing you can do.
It is not an easy trick whatsoever.
I'm going to do it again. It's not.
Yeah, like just looking at, you guys see the blood again at the very least. So you have a fun laugh about that. Because like, how much blood is he taking out of that syringe? It looks like a whole liter or something.
Yeah. It just takes a gallon from them.
Like, I'm pretty sure even before the hypothermia, you would just die of blood loss. Which, weirdly enough, there's actually a hypothermia meter in this game. If anyone's wondering what that blue bar above his health is.
Yeah. If that goes to 0, you start losing health, and then you'll eventually die.
Or yeah.
But in the speedrun, that should never kill you unless you majorly mess something up. I was going to try and do this again. Sometimes this just refuses to work. It's really weird. I have to kind of hug the wall as tight as I can and hope that it doesn't pop me up. There we go. Basically, what that does is it avoids a cutscene that I don't want to trigger. So right here, I'm going to walk slow for a second to hopefully let Williams catch up to me. If I run too far forward, he can try to kill these little dudes next to those explosive barrels, and he will kill himself. So I picked up grenades at the start of the level. I'm going to use them here to hopefully damage these walkers. And now I've got to just... Oh. One of the grenades was in the room, apparently. I'm glad that didn't kill me.
God.
So the only way you can kill enemies in this game is to burn them. So we have to... Like, the big enemies, we have to burn them. So you want them to get to red health and then set them on fire.
So they're weak to fire, but they're not weak to 5 grenades thrown directly at their feet.
Apparently not. And now, hopefully, the door's open, which can sometimes troll me, and knowing my luck, it will probably not be open.
Alright, I'm okay.
It is open, thank God. I hate that, because if this door is not open, I have to restart the level again. And it's just not a fun time.
And just to quickly add on to that, this skips that kill all walkers mission that you see at the top there.
Yeah, we don't have to do that.
Which saves a lot of time. Speaking of saving a lot of time, I love this mission quite a lot.
So we're going to do the first hypo clip. So basically what I'm going to do is I'm just going to push him into this corner. And I'm going to use him to clip through this wall by testing him.
Alright, let's do this.
What? Apparently he moved really far left, so it didn't work. That's fine, I'll do it again. He like warps. So basically I need to drop here and I hit a cutscene. For some reason the first time, even though I had him in the corner, he just warped out of the way and it put me in the wrong spot. That's fine though. I can get another hypo. It's not a big deal. So basically I've just hit a cutscene that progresses the level a little bit, and now I've got to wait for one of the enemies to come and open the door for me.
While we're waiting for that, this game is horrifying that you just have like the squad commander phasing through walls and stealing people's blood at multiple points.
Yeah. Also, fun fact, if you damage yourself after you clip through a wall with that, the game just crashes.
Really?
If you use a hypo and clip through a wall, you can actually regain control if you damage yourself, but in doing so, the game just crashes. So you can actually clip through anything and walk around, but it doesn't work because the game will just crash. So right here, I threw a flare under this floor, and that's going to blow up these barrels in here. Very useful.
So for that clipping thing, does that work on consoles too?
Yeah, it'll just lock the game and it'll freeze you.
Oh.
Very interesting. Apparently it's got something to do with... I think someone looked into it for me. The game just doesn't know what to do, I guess. I don't know. It just crashes. You can actually clip through a wall when your health is going down with hypothermia, and it'll just instantly crash as soon as you do it. Very interesting. So I had to grab that hypo there from that locker. I shouldn't usually have to do that, but because I messed up that clip, I had to grab it, but that's fine. So there's a walker coming up that's going to come... Well, not a walker. I don't know what they're called, but he's going to try and come down these stairs, and sometimes he'll get stuck. Okay, didn't good. Excuse me. So I'm going to shoot the floor with my flamethrower, and hopefully, if I do it correctly, Blake is going to get kind of confused, and hopefully he'll get stuck. Okay, there we go. So basically what I just did is I skipped a cutscene. Also, there's another Blake up there. He's just chilling. NPC fake Blake, he's just chilling. So basically what I did was there's specific AI that are used to trigger cutscenes in this game. And that is one of the ones that would trigger that cutscene, but I just skipped him getting into the trigger by setting him on fire. and the game gets confused and just doesn't know what to do, so he kind of just gets stuck, and I can push him out of the way and make sure he doesn't hit the cutscene, and it saves a couple seconds. It's not a big deal, because you can skip the cutscene anyway. It just stops it from triggering in the first place. Now we've got to kill some enemies. So there's two flamethrowers in this game. There's a small one, I think it's called the blowtorch, is the small one is. And then you've got this flamethrower. You do not want to use the blowtorch, it's very bad. And you can get mistaken about which one to use. I'm going to do another hyper clip here. So in this door right here is locked. It's very locked. Wait, where is it? Come on. It's very locked, but conveniently, it's not locked from the other side. So I'm going to just use this guy to clip through it.
All right.
Or not. No, I'm going to have to redo the level again. This game doesn't like me.
This game can be very mean at times. I do know that feeling.
Out of all the games that I've speedrun, this one's got to be one of the hardest that I've done in terms of like how much randomness there is. Granted, that clip failing was probably my own fault, but sometimes it just doesn't work unless you try an angle, and I just angled a bit too far, but it's fine. I'll just do it again.
Okay.
Alright, so I'm going to do this again. And hopefully it will work. There we go. So now the door's open.
Right. Let's do this.
Conveniently. And now we can get a key. But we can't actually go straight down to the bottom and just use this key to open the door, because if we do, there's a trigger down there that basically says, that makes this guy turn into a thing. And if we hit that trigger, he'll die. But the game checks and says, oh, you need him to finish the level. But the game gets confused and won't actually let us finish the level, and it'll just fail. So we need to actually get him to hack this panel first, which is what he's meant for in this level. He's meant to hack this panel. So I'm going to kind of stand here and block the thing from hitting him. That's just a safe state. You can just run off, but I basically just blocked him from getting hit there. It's a bit slower, but it's more safe.
That's what I mentioned.
So now he's going to turn into a thing, but you won't see it.
Blake is like the worst partner ever. He's just leaving all these guys behind.
Yeah. He doesn't care about any of his teammates.
They do their one job and then just bye-bye. Also, though,
hopefully we'll get to see Dixon blow up later on as well.
I love Dixon.
I love watching him explode. Anyway,
get a wave goodbye,
so,
hopefully.
Wait, where am I going? So we need to get a code from that to unlock this this door. This one right here. This level's all just movement. There's nothing that we really do in it, it's just movement. And try not to take a lot of damage as well at the same time. So basically we just unlocked a thing to allow us to unlock a door or something. I just play the game, I don't know what's happening. This guy's gonna stop moving and try and hit us, so we're just kind of gonna go to the side of him and avoid that.
It helps with the context. I think story-wise, you're trying to break into an Antarctic base to kind of find out what the government's trying to do with the things. The whole plot of this game is really dumb because it's what if the government weaponized the thing, and it goes about as well as you imagine.
Yeah, just wait for the final boss and you'll see why.
Also, why does the government have the needles that let them test the thing if they just found out about it?
For armor, dude.
Alright.
Alright, so now we kill... we have to kill these dudes because we're going to come back through this area and there's going to be a bunch of enemies, and we need to escort a guy through here, and we don't want him to die, so I need to kill them all. Then we'll just open a specific number of doors. You could open all of these, but if you open them all, you're going to let more enemies out than you'd want to, and that's not fun. So we just open the specific ones we need to open. This guy has like so much health, I don't know why. So we burn him. There's one behind me. Where's he going? Hang on a minute, excuse... I've never seen that before. That was weird. I've never seen that guy run into that room. This is Dr. Faraday. And this is also John Carpenter as well. Very cool.
It's his thing OC.
And we're now going to escort him and hopefully not get him killed. Which he nearly died straight away then because the thing went right into his room, which I've never seen happen. So we have to kill all these enemies because if we don't, there's a good chance he will die, and we don't want that. Because that'll lose us a lot of time if we have to do the level again.
So Matt, I have to ask, during your de-rust for this game, I imagine you did a bit of de-rusting recently for this game, right?
Yeah.
How many Among Us jokes did you get about this game?
I didn't really stream. I streamed like one session of runs for like 2 hours, and the rest I did offline, so I had none.
Well, then that's a good save at that point then.
Yeah.
Because I haven't seen a lot of those.
So now we've been captured, and we've lost all of our stuff. Everything has gone. We've just got our hands. So we're going to do some cheeky maneuvers. So we're going to grab this ammo, and we're going to go see our friend in here. And we're going to basically gain his trust by giving him ammo. And then we're going to yoink his gun because he doesn't need it. Now he doesn't like us anymore. But he heals us anyway because he's really nice. So we're going to get this walker to come in here. I'm just going to chill. And we're going to push him to the corner and close the door. Now I don't have to deal with that guy. I'm going to kill this enemy because they can be annoying hacking this panel. So we need to get some medkits because we need to save Dixon. Dixon's hurt. We need to save him.
It's very important.
Not because I... Wait, where did he go? He just jumped right through the door. Excuse me. I can't look at him because the camera... Not camera, turret. Okay. I don't know what that was. That's fine.
That should be mentioned
That was
as well,
weird.
The game's auto-aim.
Yeah. You can actually aim, like you'll see me aiming in like first person using shift. You can go into like a first person aiming mode, but I'll be only using that for like enemies that actually shoot back. But for most of the monsters, I'll be using the auto aim function.
But you know, do you want to know something really dumb about the auto aiming?
Are you gonna talk about the difficulty?
Yes, actually, because I hate it so much.
Yeah, this game isn't harder based on what difficulty you pick. It just makes the auto aiming worse if you pick hard. it's just I don't see the point in that. It's weird.
I only learned that when I started running the game, because the first time I played this, I played it on hard, and I was like, oh my god, this game is so hard. And I thought, oh, I picked hard, I must be stupid. And then I just tried speedrunning it, and then I know we'll be getting this later, but I'm going to say some words that might bother you here. 9A. Just 9A.
Is that the one with the staircase?
Yes, the down staircase. Just going down that staircase. I can't remember how many times I died there while speedrunning this. Is like, wait, this is no harder or no easier than I did it. And I didn't realize the only thing that gets adjusted is the auto aim, which you don't even use for the run really.
Yeah, it's quite amusing. Also, 9A used to be like probably the hardest level for me, but it's not that bad anymore. I mean, if you're doing it fast and you know what you're doing, it's actually not that bad to go through.
Definitely.
Where did they go? But knowing me, I'll probably die because I will be trying to do some risky strats in it. So I need to kill these enemies. I'm gonna get Dixon back. Here he is. We made him wait there just so he didn't get killed.
He's precious cargo.
Area looks secure.
I need an engineer.
He is. We need to keep him alive for like what, 4 levels, I think, something like that.
Well, I mean, he's the only good friend that we have here. Everyone else, what? You locked things with them. You took their blood through walls. What else did he do to them? Just mainly taking their blood, I suppose. Dixon's the only person who you haven't really stolen his blood.
Or killing them when they ruin the level and I have to restart it.
That's
also
cool.
good. Alright, so I picked up 2 flame grenades earlier. I'm going to use those coming up to kill some enemies in this corridor. It makes it a little bit easier, a little bit faster. But I can die. This is the first encounter where I'm going to really be using first person aim. And you're going to see how bad the enemy AI in this is. They're just very random. There's nothing I can do, depending on what they decide to do. That was kind of bad. But the enemy AI in this is just... They just do whatever they want. They just don't care. Got a lob grenade there. That went way too far. I was meant to hold it for longer, but messed up. It's fine. That's fine. So I wanted to do that because it kills the enemies a bit quicker and it also stops one of them from getting on a turret or like activating a turret. Because turrets in this game do a lot of damage, which you will see later on. So the 2 grenades here, I need to pick them up. Very important that I pick those up. And I'm also going to do some safety strats coming up soon. I'm going to pick up some medkits in the room to the left, which if I was going for a PB, I wouldn't do. But since it's a marathon, I'm going to grab them. I'm going to do a little tiny skip after I've done this, where I'm going to just basically skip going all the way around. I'm just going to kind of walk up here and walk through it. For whatever reason, you just kind of clip through that. Don't know why. It just happens. This is live, as far as I'm aware. Alright, so we've got to kill all these dudes. Because they can be very annoying. I need to grab this fire extinguisher. I'm going to open some doors. And I'm going to grab these medkits quickly. Because like I said, they are very useful. There's like 5 of them in this one thing, which is very handy. Because this game is very difficult. So now we've cleared the way, they can come through, and I hope they follow me, because sometimes they won't. Is he behind me? He's kind of close. Oh, it's not ideal. Can you come with me? Come on. Can you walk faster, Dixon? My dude, come on.
I like how the other guy just spawned in the elevator with us.
Right, there we go. The AI in this game it's terrible. What are you doing?
His best.
Prime example. It's just, it just doesn't work sometimes. Alright, so now I'm gonna do. There's gonna be a big monster in here, but you can actually skip him from following you if you make Dixon follow you at a certain point. Right there's like a shadow on the floor. If you press the button to make him follow you there, this monster will not come after you. Don't know why, it happens. So we can just kind of ignore that monster. Now we're gonna have to kill these dudes mainly because we don't want Dixon to die. Like, that's the goal here. We do not want Dixon to die.
He's super important.
He is. We need him to finish the level. Why don't I let you explain, like, the best skip coming up in a minute with the grenade?
Will do. So there's actually going to be a few things coming up, and the favorite one we're going to talk about will come up at the end of this. But first things first, I don't actually know if it's speed or if it's cooking the grenade that does it, but Matt's actually going to try to just make sure that none of the military spawns here. I think it's speed, right?
I think it depends on how you get through the next step to the area previous. I think. I'm not actually sure. I think my theory was, do you know the bomb that's at the bottom of the stairs?
Yeah.
I think it depends when you blow that up.
Huh.
I think.
Because I've had both happen in, like, just having to fight the military there is terrible. Anyway, the current
Well,
skip
the
that's going to
best skip in the
happen.
game is coming up now.
And after he takes out these things, normally one of the hardest bosses in the game is coming up. And you'd have to go on the right side. And once you beat the right side, you can go to this left kind of door. However, Dixon is so powerful, and we can use him to our advantage by throwing a grenade at him, and Dixon retreats into the room and opens it for us. Once again, proving that Blake is the worst partner of all time.
Just using grenades to scare his partners into opening doors. See, that skips an entire boss fight, and it saves like 3 minutes. It's a huge time save.
Also,
I'm
now
gonna grab
the
a grenade
time,
launcher here.
the time is ticking down. I better make it.
Yeah, Dixon's about to explode. Say goodbye to Dixon.
I was about to say, I hope nothing bad happens to Dixon.
Something bad is going to happen to Dixon.
No! Also, you'll be able to see
You
the
actually see
military
him
just
explode.
spawning. Oh, we're gonna see it?
Boom. Now he's dead. I'm very sad.
Alright, everyone, we're gonna need a big F for Dixon. F. But
Rest
now we
in
kind of
peace,
enter some of the
Dixon.
harder sections of the
The
game.
best
where it's just kind
engineer.
of military storming. He really was.
Yeah, so this level is kind of just, I guess it's just running from A to B, but there's a lot of enemies in the way we have to try and deal with at the same time. And I'm going to be picking up some medkits as well, because medkits in this game are very useful, believe it or not. They stop you from dying.
Wait.
Crazy.
There's a med kit in that corner.
Yeah. There's medkits everywhere if you just look. They're literally everywhere.
I know about the one you're describing right now, the thing in the room, but I've never noticed the one in the corner there. I've always just kind of accepted that I'm probably going to die.
Well, there's two more on the way back that I get on the way back by the exit as well. Yeah.
Wait.
I'll point them out when I get there.
Oh. I keep, like, being really sad during 9A, like, I don't know if I'm going to be able to do this, guys. Now, I didn't know all these... Oh, no, I do know those ones. At the very end, like, right when you get the C4, right?
Oh, no, not them, no. There's two right by the exit where you come in, yeah.
All right, I'm going to have to see
But
this.
I don't pick them up till I come back, because sometimes I don't need to pick them up.
Because I get the one
I'll
in
show you where they are.
like... Cool. That's one of the cool things about the show, by the way. I always learn new things that I'm doing really poorly in my own actual runs, so when I go back to run these games, I know better things.
Yeah, so we're going to get some C4. We need to blow up some planes. I don't remember why we need to blow up these planes, but we do. Also, we can just ignore this big dude. Just kind of shoot through that. Just get the key. I'm actually skip those med kits so I can show you the ones I'm talking about. There is two there. Obviously, you know those.
Right. Also, to answer your question about why you have to blow up the planes, I guess at this point the military decided they're going to infect the world with the Thing virus. So they put it on planes.
This game is weird.
It's also weirdly fitting for this year, I suppose.
So in that room, there's literally one on the left, one on the right. You can get them when you come through, or you can, like, when you go in the first time, or you can just get them on the way back. I just get them on the way back.
I've never known those were there. I never thought to check those bodies.
This is why it pays to explore your speedruns and know what's going on, or what to do if something fails. I just look, because obviously sometimes in that part you can have a lot, like less med kits, and you need med kits for the next couple of levels coming up. So I just, you know, I know where they are if I need them. So we're planting these C4s on the planes here. These guys are actually going to try and trigger. Oh no, they're going to try and trigger an alarm. If that happens, that is very sad. But as long as I kill them quick enough.
Also, I want to give a brief shout out to this game for having the absolute worst sniper rifle mechanic in any game I've ever played in my life. Like, I'm always so bothered by it. Also, do you use like the default keys on this?
Is it just the fact that it doesn't has a? Is it just the fact that it doesn't have a reticle?
Well, not even that. Do you use the default, or do you have the custom keybinds for this?
Well, I use shift to aim it in, then W to zoom in.
Right. Like every other game I play, you know, I push like maybe right click to zoom, and then I can scroll to zoom or something to that effect. In this game, you have to use the same button to move, and you have to use the shift button to zoom. Like, it is disgusting. And whenever I go to another game, it's always oh, God.
It's not that hard to get used to, but it is not ideal.
It just, for the first time for someone playing this game, it's just so jarring.
And also, as you can see, the sniper does not have a reticle. So you just kind of have to aim it center and hope you hit whatever you're aiming at. Because it doesn't have like a dot at all. So we need to basically, this is basically a skip. Do you want to explain what I'm doing right now?
Yeah. So normally, in order to blow up these planes, you're supposed to be going up to like the top of the map. There's like a little building, and there's a sniper point, and they're expecting you to use that because obviously you can't take that much time to, you know, the gates are closed and you can't get to them because now they're where you're here. However, if you just know where you're going, you can run all the way on the ground and you can break the planes. So that's what Mamat's doing. However, the game didn't think anyone can do it. So I think it actually requires you to still go up into the sniper's nest.
Yeah, you need to hit this cutscene here. This opens the end level. The end level is in that vent, so you need to hit this cutscene for you to be able to go through that vent. Also, sometimes here, for whatever reason, an extra cutscene will trigger, and it will spawn military. I have no idea what causes it. I have no idea why it happens, but it does happen.
I've done it a total of once while running this game. I don't know what I did. I know what happened.
I got it the other day when I was de-rusting.
Oof. Also, since we are approaching the level, we talked about the dreaded 9A earlier. For anyone who's ever played this game casually, or has ever played this game at all, 9A will be the level you probably remember getting stuck on. I know this is where I genuinely.
There's actually a funny story about 9A.
Oh, go for it.
If anyone's familiar with the streamer Germa, he actually got stuck on this level and actually watched my speedrun to figure out how to do it. And I was swearing a lot in my speedrun because I got really angry at it. So, yeah, it's quite funny. But this level is hard if you don't know what you're doing. I'm a professional, so I know what I'm doing, but I probably will still die somehow. So there's going to be a massive staircase with a bunch of enemies and explosives and turrets, and we're just going to try and run through it as fast as we can without dying, hopefully.
So,
that's the plan.
While you're going for this one, to kind of explain why it's so hard, you have all those factors, right? However, you have infinitely spawning tiny things. Both the green and the red ones. Now, if you're wondering what the red ones do, they just slap you. The green ones will puke all over you, and then they'll slow you down, making you, you know, slower.
Yeah, like
that.
And they're also random which ones it spawns in certain areas too.
And the thing is, normally killing them would be the safer strat. Like, oh, I can think what I'm doing, I have time. But if you don't kill the things, the military get you, or the turrets, or the steam, which also damages you.
Oh, wow, okay, cool. I've never seen this many on me before.
Oh, yeah.
Why couldn't I heal?
Oh.
I don't die on this level, but for some reason I couldn't heal. I don't know why.
I hate the items.
There was too many little dudes.
And that's what happens to a lot of people. And earlier, like I mentioned, since the difficulty isn't actually based on, you know, like, oh, they don't do more damage on hard mode or easy mode. It's all on hard mode, essentially. The auto-aim doesn't help you here. This is all just the root difficulty that you always have to deal with.
Yeah. Hopefully I won't die this time. That was unfortunate. I messed up my inputs and had a lot of little dudes spawn on me and I literally couldn't do anything. They kept hitting me.
Hey, no worries.
Like, that shouldn't happen. I should be fast enough to get through without them getting on me, so it's fine.
This is why we have estimates, and it does seem like people have been enjoying the run so far in chat, so we're all good. It's always a fun time.
I keep getting the little ones who's puking on me that slow me down. It's not fun.
I think the meanest part of the section is if you didn't grab the taser, this amps up so hard. Matt here grabbed the taser, so he's gonna be able to just shove this guy away, luckily. But if for some reason you just didn't get the taser, you're going to be missing all of this, and it's terrible. And let's go to the next part. If you somehow manage to survive the spire, what comes next is the turret rooms. Which are going to just be melting your health away the entire time.
That's why we pick up all the med kits, just for that. So you can just kind of tank all those hits. Now this guy's a thing, so we're just going to burn him. I already know because I can see into the future. He'll die in a second, there we go.
It's the old
Don't get this guy to trust us.
If you ignite him on fire and he turns into a thing, he's the thing. If he doesn't turn into the thing, then he was human, and it's fine.
Well, pretty good. All right, so we're gonna get him to hack that panel, and we're gonna do another little skip coming up.
So do you know why the skips work, or why the skip actually works? I have no idea why it works. It just does, and I can't. It's so awkward to explain.
I have no idea either. So we basically we need to stop him from moving. There. So now we've stopped him. This door's meant to close, but if you stop him from running, it just stays open. And then right here, I'm gonna hold left to get out this room, or get stuck in the door. That is also fine. I was meant to get out that door, and I can shoot the explosive thing on the outside from the outside, but now I've got to do it the casual way because I suck. So I was meant to be able to just shoot that from the outside, but I somehow got stuck on the door, which doesn't make sense.
There's another thing too.
Okay.
Casually, that room is really cheeky. There's actually an Easter egg in there that if you try going to the big panel, you just have a message that says, "I hope you die, Blake." It's actually really cool.
Nice.
Oh, we are approaching the next boss, and also I think the coolest way to ever open a door.
Yeah, we just kind of blow it up. There's an explosive barrel on the other side of that door, and we just kind of shoot it, and it blows up from the other side.
And then the boss coming up. Normally, I would argue this is actually the toughest boss in the game, but when you speedrun this, it's so easy.
Yeah, we kind of just stand underneath it, and he just kind of stands there and gets stuck, doesn't know what to do. So we just kind of stand here.
He has horrible depth perception.
Now we're just going to shoot the floor until he dies. Can take that, there we go.
It's really like
we're going to grab
pushing
some
him on
flash
fire.
grenades. Oh, I just used an accidental med kit. That is fine. I shot a flame grenade there, hoping that it would set them on fire, but it didn't really do that much. But we're coming up to near the end of the game now. There's not much left. There's a couple levels.
I think we're on 9C.
Yeah, 9C. I've got my splits up, and right now I'm 5 minutes behind my PB. So.
Some of the parts of this game have been mean.
So right, we're gonna.
Real quick, since we are approaching near the end of the run right now, I do just want to ask, do you have any shout-outs to give to anyone? Could be anyone at all. I figure it's always a nice time to ask runners.
Well, I want to give a shout out to the main guy who basically started off running the game as well. He was the one who found a couple of the skips that I wasn't aware of, like the one where you throw the grenade to make Dixon open the door. Forgot his name though. He's somewhere on the leaderboard.
SDA, right?
I think his name's Mr. Monkey or something. Something like that. I feel bad for not remembering his name, but I haven't really spoke to the guy. I'm aware of him. Can I get up these boxes, please? Okay, thank you. That may have been really bad, but glad I didn't die. And yeah, and Toxic as well. Toxic TT. He also ran this game and did it fast. And also you as well for running the game too. What a madman.
I love the movie. I love the game.
So we're going to do a cool little thing with this level. If you played this game, this level's very hard as well, but we're going to kind of just cheese it. So basically this level counts, okay, how many enemies have died? And basically it says, oh, if enemies have died, it spawns more. So I'm going to avoid getting enemies to spawn by using flash grenades on these guys. Like so. And now it's going to stop most of the enemies from spawning in this area. So there'll maybe be like 1 or 2 we have to kill, but there's meant to be loads of enemies here, but there's just none because we used the flash grenades. It's a very cool little trick.
Normally this level wants you to go through like a big labyrinth, like to the left, right? Like you have to like go through a bunch of like puzzles and claymores and more guys, and you have to hide in igloos to get your heat back, and it's really convoluted, and this is essentially the actual final boss. Like this is the tough one. But it's really easy to skip because he's just going to do this.
Yeah, you just, for whatever reason, you can just walk on that mountain and just go around it, and it skips this entire level. And now we're just going to walk to the final boss, which is also very anticlimactic. If you were expecting a really cool showdown, it's not. It's just an auto turret section where you shoot a monster with a turret for about a minute and a half.
I do know several people in chat were asking this. Where's Kurt Russell? Well, I don't want to spoil anything, but just keep that in mind.
There you go. Got to be patient. Also, you can kind of see him there in the distance. He's kind of blue. And this is the final boss. This is Whitley. The context of the story, Whitley was your boss who basically injected himself with the virus, I think. If I remember correctly, and then he just kind of turns into this thing.
He wanted to weaponize the thing, and he infected himself believing that you can have the thing powers but your own intelligence. But then he became this big hulking monster.
Also, get ready on time, by the way. I'll be coming up somewhat soon.
Time comes just when the screen goes black, essentially.
Yeah, I'll just say time. I won't be able to count it down. I'll just go time, and then it should be fine.
Yeah, we'll be able to watch the ending, a bit of the credits, but once again, Matt Mass will say thank you for being on the show, and thank you for the thing run.
No problem. I'm happy to show off this amazing game to loads of people. But if someone wants to speedrun this, hit me up, let me know. I'll help you out. There isn't really that many tutorials for this game, but it's quite kind of self-explanatory apart from a few little details. Yeah, so get ready on time. And time. That was the thing.
All right, let's see the ending, because we got in a helicopter. Who's driving it?
Yeah, I wonder.
I have to wonder, right? Who could it be?
Excellent timing there, pilot. Early retirement from Gen Inc.
No, not exactly. On my way back from an extended Arctic vacation.
Uh-huh. So what's your name, smartass?
McCready.
Oh, wow.
I can't believe it.
J. McCready. U.S. Outpost.
He's alive. Remember, this game is canon, so McCready survived, and now he's alive still. Also, I'm going to skip the credits because it does have a copyright song on it.
Does it?
But yeah, that was... It does. It's After Me by Saliva, if anyone wants to know, but it is copyrighted, so I do have to skip that.
Does your version play the whole song?
Yes.
Wow, oh, so my version just bugged. I thought I had a bad game or something, because every time I listen to the credits, it starts and just ends immediately.
I heard you talking about that when I watched, I think it was one of your marathon runs of it. I heard you mention that. I don't know why, but mine works fine.
Weird. I always thought it was just a quirk of the game. I was like, why? I can't believe this game just has a bad ending song. I was like, oh, that's my version. Wait a minute.
It's actually a pretty good song, but obviously I can't show it because it will get
Right. And
flagged.
thank you.
But yeah, that
thank you
was
for that,
that
by
was
the
the
way.
thing.
I do want to thank you
No
once again for
problem.
being on the show. Matt, really quick, just as a question for anyone who did enjoy the run and wanting to see more Matt, where would they be able to find you on Twitch and other sites?
Well, you can follow me on Twitter. That's MattMatt10111. I don't really post much on there though, but you can follow me on there. And then also my Twitch is just MattMatt, where sometimes I do speedruns fast or slow, depending. And that's pretty much it.
All right. Hopefully you got a lot of fun and stuff brewing on your end. I think you're on commentary, I think last week for the Uncharted run, and I know you do some of the Last of Us stuff.
Yeah. I've speedrun a lot of Uncharted 2, so if you like Uncharted 2, that's the main thing that I do usually.
All right. And once
Yeah,
again,
that was the thing. I hope you guys enjoyed it. It's a good game. You should play it.
And thank you for showing it off. It's great having you here. And yeah. Let's see really quick. Anything else you want to add on, or?
No, that's all.
Awesome. Well, thank you once again. Really quick, that was the thing. We're going to jump over to a couple ads really quick while I set up for the next run. We'll be diving into the world of the original Silent Hill one. Originally, we were going to be doing that one earlier, but we did have to swap some things around. But we'll kind of be able to see the differences between Silent Hill 1 and Shattered Memories. And we'll have a little treat with that one that we'll talk about after the break. But before that, though, I do just want to say that if you're watching this on YouTube and would like to support our live content, please consider checking out our, the Twitch channel here at twitch.tv/GamesDoneQuick. We're going to hop over to an ad really quick, though, so be right back. And we are back to the show. So I think we all liked the thing there. We had some good times. We had old Dixon. We had all our friends who we, I guess, mostly abandoned in that last run. But Matt did a great job, and we all got to see the end of Kurt Russell at the very end of that one. As I know that's, whenever you think of the thing, you always think of McCready, you always think of the blood test. We got it all there. But now to kind of revisit the previous game to that, in a sense. In the beginning of the show, we did Silent Hill Shattered Memories, which was a retelling of the original Silent Hill. I figured both games are heavily based on snow. The snow and ice is very cold. So to kind of further add on to the point, Speedruns of the Crypt, we're going to be showing the original Silent Hill, but with a slight twist. If you've never seen this run, it is a very difficult run, and we're going to make it a bit tougher with knife only. I'm going to have Andy Ryan here running Silent Hill 1 knife only. So, take it away.
Thank you. So, we're going to begin very quickly. Just put this in. So, okay, guys, welcome to Silent Hill again. And this is going to be Silent Hill 1, knife only. And we're going to start in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. Right, so this is going to be on easy difficulty. And we have a few things to talk about right at the beginning. First off, we're going to do this introduction just like we would in the normal 80% run. And right after the introduction, which we call the nightmare, things are going to start changing. I'm going to kill an enemy that you're not supposed to kill with any melee weapon. Actually, well, anyway, you're not supposed to kill with a knife. It's an enemy that the knife normally doesn't hit, and I'm going to use a little bit of a manipulation with that enemy and a little bit of a trick. The first trick that I'm going to try is you have a 2-frame window to do a quick turn into the stun lock. So essentially the way to kill him is to be facing away and to quick turn, and then you can hit him in the specific timing, and then we're going to stun lock the enemy, and then the fight's over. The first way to do is to kill, is the fastest way, is to kill it right on the spot. So we're going to quick turn, face away from him, and then it's going to go down to the range, to the knife range. And we're going to quick turn specific time. You have 2 frames to do that, and maybe we're going to hit him. If that doesn't happen, I have a backup strat, and the fight's going to be much longer. But here, it's the end of the nightmare, we're going to have 2 enemies here. They can grab us or not. It's RNG, and this is a huge reset points if you're playing 80%, or well, if you're playing knife only and trying to go for a really good time.
What's going on here?
But I'm gonna quick turn, and we got the pretty bad RNG, so yeah, it's no big deal. It's just a minor time loss. The first thing that we're going to do in our knife-only speedrun when we get to the cafe is to actually equip the handgun and fire all the shots, and there's a reason for that. I'm gonna come back to it later. But this air screamer fight, this first enemy that we're going to fight is actually a really, really tough fight. So to bring up the menu, equip the handgun and fire 15 shots. Yeah, I'm going to pick up all the health drinks here for safety. But yeah, I'm going to be explaining why we do this at the end of the game. We have to empty our clip. And now we pick up our good trusty knife. I'm going to equip it right away while I'm doing a quick turn. All right. So now it's the air screamer fight. It's a really tough fight. So I'm gonna use an audio cue for this. I'm gonna use I try to use the music to time my first quick turn. So if this goes really well, if I get the timing right, this should end very quickly. But if not, I'll have to use the backup strat. So let's see. Wow, okay. That was stylish. Okay, that's a 2-frame trick. We have 2 frames to do this. I timed it. And okay, this is such a relief. I was so worried about this fight. This is actually one of the scariest fights in the game, and you can actually die right here. You have 2 health drinks, but oh my god, I'm so happy that I got a 2-frame trick. And I even got the reverse quick turn. Usually don't quick turn counterclockwise. But anyway, okay, so we're done with that fight. That's good. Very happy to hear that. Yeah, so that was a pretty smooth fight. Not gonna lie. So after you hit the air screamer for the first time, you just unlock it, and the fight's over. It's pretty easy, but that fight's pretty tense, and we're gonna have a worse fight coming up soon. But right now we can just chill a little bit. We're going to pick up 3 keys. We already picked up the first, and those keys are called keys to Eclipse. Normally you would get into a house before, and only then inside of the house you're gonna have a map with 3 locations where the keys are located, but you don't have to go inside of the house. You can just pick up the keys right away, and only after picking up the keys you go inside of the house. And in the house you have the door to the backyard of the house has 3 locks, so use those keys to unlock that door, and the door gives you access to the second half of Old Silent Hill, which is where the school is located, and we need to be looking for Cheryl in the school. It's going to be our first main area that we're going to explore. And yeah, just going to pick up the 3rd key. So yeah, those keys are already spawned before that. And you have to make sure you dodge those air screamers around. We're not going to kill any more air screamers, thankfully. We're just going to dodge those guys. Don't kill too many enemies in the Silent Hill speedrun. And this speedrun in particular, it's going to be even more pacifist than the 80%. In the 80% speedrun, you kill 6 enemies, I believe, and this one you kill like 4. So it's going to be even less kills, but the ones are going to take a long time. We're going to have some pretty long boss fights. But my goal is to get this run deathless. The first major roadblock is down. We have 2 health drinks in case of anything bad happens during the school. But yeah, the first boss of the school is going to be pretty tense to kill only with a knife. And we're playing on easy difficulty for a couple of reasons. Easy is the fastest way of completing the game, especially because of the bosses and because of you know, easy is faster because the bosses have less health generally, and you don't have to pick up as much ammo, you know, just routing and stuff. So you would play easy in any percent as well, but a knife only, if you want to do a speed run, you have to do an easy because of the first boss. You cannot really kill split head as we're going to do on normal or hard. You can kill split head in a different way, but it's going to take you like 40 minutes, so it's not really a speed run at that point, I guess. But yeah, maybe I'll do a knife only hard mode someday. I don't know. But anyway, we opened the door to, you know, the door that I've mentioned before, and now we're in the dark part of the Silent Hill, and we're just going to go straight to the school. I'm going to be turning off the flashlight. So here and there, for example, here. Oh, I took the hit. No. Okay, I took the hit anyway. I turned off my flashlight a little bit too late. But it's okay. It's no big deal. Turning off your flashlights basically makes the enemies less aggressive towards you. And I'm going to be turning off the flashlight during the school a lot in order to take certain lines so enemies don't grab me, enemies don't hit me. But yeah, the flashlight's very, very useful in this game. It's a very good mechanic. So there's an air screamer right behind me. He's kind of chasing me. I'm going to turn off the flashlight, and he instantly stops chasing me. So it's a really, really cool mechanic, and you can use the flashlight to kind of try to sneak around at the enemies. But sometimes it doesn't work too well. The enemies in the school. Okay.
Just a quick question, Andy.
Okay.
What made you want to run Silent Hill 1?
Oh, sorry, what's that?
What made you want to run Silent Hill 1?
Oh yeah, that's an interesting question. It was because of 10 star. 10 star is a very interesting challenge if you want to push your knowledge and your skills in this game. And I started running Silent Hill 1, and I started speedrunning in general because of 10 star. Because in 10 star you have to do several things, and you have to be fast as well. So I thought to myself, well, if you have to go fast anyways, why not, you know, do speedruns of this? And I speedrun 10 star for like a couple years, and then I started doing like the 80% categories, and eventually got to knife only. And we're going to use this chemical here. But yeah, 10 star was the thing. I also watched GDQ before, you know, even thinking about speedrunning, and in one of the GDQs I saw Enigma running Silent Hill 4, and I was like, oh, you can run Silent Hill games as well. You can speedrun those games. And so I think that was one of the first things that it's like, oh, okay.
Oh,
but
hey,
yeah, 10 star was definitely the reason.
With that one really quick, you mentioned Enigma's Silent Hill 4 run. I don't want to totally give myself away here, but I do want to say I do have plans for that run in some point.
Yeah.
Because I know that run very well.
All right, so we're in the school right now, and we picked up the gold medallion and put it in the clock tower. We got grabbed by this mumbler, as those enemies are called. I can call them great children if you want. It's fine. And here's the infamous piano puzzle, and this puzzle is pretty hard, but the solution for the puzzles in this game is always the same, so you can just quickly do it like that. That's pretty good. It's pretty fast. No dings. But yeah, if this puzzle here, you have to solve a riddle, and if you, like me, didn't know English back in the day, you just couldn't get through this puzzle. It's a pretty tough puzzle to brute force, and yeah, it's a really tough puzzle in general, but I think it's the best puzzle in the game. It's the hardest puzzle in the game. It's one of the hardest puzzles in the series. And yeah, I have to solve that terrible, terrible riddle that I can never do it as a kid, but the solution's always the same. So yeah, here we are doing it pretty quickly. So now we're going to turn on the boiler, and that's going to unlock the clock tower door. We do it after putting the 2 medallions in the clock tower. Pretty easy. And that's going to unlock the way to the Otherworld School. And I think this freaked out everyone the first time they played the game, because this school in this game was already scary. could barely progress through the game the first time I played it, and then you're thrown in like a scarier part of the same building that you already are. I think this is just amazing game design. I really, really love it. And yeah, here we are in the Otherworld School, but ironically, in a speedrun, the Otherworld School is much easier. The way the enemies are laid out, they are a little bit less likely to grab you. So you saw earlier, I got grabbed by an enemy and lost a couple seconds there. That's pretty significant if you're going for really good times. You really don't want to see a grab or two in the school. I mean, you can still progress with the run, you can still continue, but it's kind of a big deal losing 2 or 3 seconds in single spot in this game. This hallway has 3 of those enemies, so turning off the lights. I got good RNG there, didn't get stuck. But yeah, this is where in an 80% run, you would take the shotgun in the bathroom right there, but we're going to skip the shotgun because all we need is a knife to beat this Silent Hill game. And we're going to pick up an item that's much more important than the shotgun in a moment. So yeah, if you're in Silent Hill, you really don't need the shotgun. All you need is a rubber ball. So if you're in Silent Hill and you have to choose between a rubber ball and a shotgun, make sure you pick up the rubber ball. You don't really need a shotgun to progress through Silent Hill.
So slightly off topic question on this one.
Okay.
Have you seen the Dead by Daylight map of Silent Hill 1?
No, I haven't seen. I've never played DBD ever, but I saw I saw the trailer. It's pretty good.
At the very least, even if you don't play the game, it's worth going on like finding a stream and going on a tour of the map because it's so good for how it mirrors the school.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's really well designed for just paying homage to Silent Hill 1's school. They actually have an Easter egg too in the clock tower that if you do all the generators that are doing the puzzles, like the piano, the hand, if you do those generators in particular in the end game, you'll actually have the clock tower open and you can find I think a treasure chest there, and I want to say it's the seal of Metatron.
Oh, nice.
Yeah,
that's a really nice callback, man.
And I know you see these hallways a lot, so definitely worth a check.
Yeah, sure. All right, so, and I really should play DBD. My girlfriend told me, called me to play DBD, invited me to play DBD. I think that was like a Steam sale or something. But I was like, yeah, it's not my kind of game, but I should give it a shot. It's a really good game, I hear. But anyways, got the classroom key. There's a little bit of a puzzle there in the roof. You need to use the rubber ball that you just picked up, and then you can turn the valve and make the key go down the drain, and then you just pick up the key in the courtyard right there. And actually, you have an option here. There are 2 branching paths. You can either go to the locker room or go to the roof of the school. But going to the roof is actually like a second faster. I actually timed it, and it's a little bit more optimal. I always did that, but I didn't know it was a little bit better, so yeah. Oh, here's a jump scare, by the way. This one really got me for the first time I played the game. I remember the scene. I yelled so hard. Oh my god, this is a really well set up jump scare. I really like it. It doesn't seem like it when you were speedrunning and going through the game so fast, but it's a really well done jump scare. It's set up back in the normal school. It was really good. All right, we need to start talking about Splithead. Let's talk about the lizard in the room.
Right.
So, Splithead is the first boss in the game, and Splithead, this particular boss is called Splithead. Well, you're gonna see why, and he has an insta kill in every difficulty of the game, which if he opens his mouth and manages to swallow Harry, you instantly die no matter your health, no matter the difficulty you're playing, even on easy. So this boss, he can really catch you off guard if you don't know what's up with him.
Would you say he's the hardest boss for the knife only category?
This is a tricky question. It's not really the hardest boss, but it is the most. It is a very it's the most scary fight for sure. The hardest boss to optimize is Float Stinger, and I'm gonna be explaining why later. Float Stinger has some really bad shenanigans to it, but this is a very scary fight because you can die in this fight very easily if anything goes wrong, and it's a pretty long fight. Basically, in the second phase of the fight, Splithead's gonna try and bite me, swallow me, or whatever, swallow Harry, and we're going to have to enter in the mouth of the beast, knife it once, quick turn, and go back. And we have to do that about 20-30 times without him swallowing me. So that's pretty bad. The first phase is kind of bad, so you can take... the first phase is where your time loss can be. There's a lot of variance to the first phase. It's not going to insta-kill me in the first phase, but he does a lot of damage every time he knocks me around. I'm pretty sure I picked up the ample. I hope I did.
Yeah, you described it with the shotgun.
Okay, yeah, great. So, yeah, he's gonna get to the second phase really soon. I'm going to heal because my health might be, it's not too bad, but just in case. He really does a lot of damage with knocking Harry around. And go on. You have to. Okay, just got to the second phase, so ours where the fight really gets tense and. I need to do this thing. I'm not sure how many times, but I'm gonna be kind of silent for now a little bit because
I can talk during this if that helps. Essentially, the main reason why he does have to stab the inside of the mouth on this is because it does a very increased amount of damage.
Yeah, 40 times as much damage.
Yeah. So a good indication of this is on the normal 90% category when using the shotgun, 2 bullets inside his mouth instantly beats the fight.
Yeah.
Since he's using the knife does not do nearly as much damage. This is essentially a speed run of a challenge, a challenge run, so to speak. So the only quirk about this is while he is getting a nice amount of damage with all this, if he gets stuck inside that mouth, it's an instant kill no matter how much health you have. You can be on the easiest difficulty. You can be on anything. If that mouth gets you, it's immediately dead. It is actually one of the only things in the game that you can do it too.
Yeah, and there's some issues to this because the more Splithead gets, tries to bite you and you have to kind of back off, he kind of goes forward a little tiny bit and he literally corners you against the wall. So you have to reposition yourself when you get close to the wall. Like I'm not confident about this, like I just did. And sometimes he can, hold on. This can be, okay, we're good. Sometimes he can stun you for a couple seconds, and if you try to knife him, you are 100% dead. Sometimes you can also get input drops and a quick turn out of the mouth. It's very rare, but can happen. Okay, we should be... Okay, I'm not gonna risk it. So, yeah, you see, like, I was... It's kind of hard to see because it's so dark, but I was very close to the edge of the arena. Okay, we're very close to the end of the fight. I believe 1 or 2 more. Oh boy. Okay, so it's gonna draw a little... Oh, he's dead! Oh, wow, okay.
Great fight! I'll give the...
I kill him in the body.
I'll give the little clapping here.
I want to say that's never happened before, but I think it did.
I'm gonna warn you right now, do not say that during runs. I'm just gonna say right now, good that's never happened before are very bad to say.
Okay.
I'm just gonna say that because fun story, earlier I think on Saturday, I was doing a run of Sound 2 for the West Coast Weekend events, and I had my moment where I said that's never happened before, and it was really good, and my room blacked out its power.
Okay,
it's a bad omen. Just trust me when I say this.
Okay, we're not gonna say this is forbidden now. Okay, because
you did good. It has happened before. It's fully expected. In fact,
yeah, it's happened before. It's happened like 75% of my runs actually. All right, so that's actually really rare. All joking aside, like he was incredibly low on health, split head, because like Ecdysis was explaining, you deal much more damage if you hit it inside of the mouth. And what happened there is that I kill him by knifing the body, and he had probably 0.5% of health left, because I did like 0 point something amount of damage. Damage calculation in this game is really weird, but I'm not going to get into it because it's a lot of details. But yeah, no, I am tempted to get into it because I like talking about the game, but I'm not gonna talk about it. But anyways, so yeah, he was incredibly low on health, and that was like a really rare moment. That's really fun to show. And now that Splithead's over, now that Splithead's done with, the run's much more chill. Okay, I think we're good still. My computer did a small error, but it's just stopped recording. I think we're fine. Anyway, back to the run. So right now, after the school is over, we're going to go to the church, and we're gonna have Dahlia talking about some stuff there. Dahlia is a character that is introduced in the church, so she talks some about some. She always talks very cryptically and can very rarely understand what she's talking about, but it's not important.
I was going to say, in this game, Dahlia looks very different than the way she did in Shattered Memories.
Oh yeah, it's essentially not the same character, and she's not Harry's wife and stuff.
She's, I think, just the mom of what's the word, Cheryl. But yeah, Harry's just on vacation.
Yeah. I'm just gonna say that, like, Dahlia actually looks pretty good in this game, like especially in the pre-rendered cutscenes. I think her model is pretty well done. I'm gonna say that all the models are pretty well done in the like pre-rendered. Is that how I would say? Like the
pre-rendered cutscene.
Yeah,
they have a lot in this game that are really nice.
Yeah, Takayoshi Sato made an amazing job with those. And oh, by the way, a little bit of cutting the subject. This is the hardest room in the game, so enjoy. Okay, hardest room in the game down. Oh, let me heal. This is actually the hardest piece of movement in the entire game. It's like a 2-second movement, and yeah, it's just this small room going from the door to the control panel. It's actually pretty precise and tough movement. A lot of the things about this game, they look much easier than the game actually is, but the game is not too hard on its own. It's a pretty easy speedrun, and if you're trying to get into speedrunning, I highly recommend running this game. It's a game that you can literally learn in 1 week or a few days if you have a decent amount of knowledge about the game, if you know how to beat the game. And it's a pretty fun speedrun as well. You can learn knife only too. It's not like, it's a pretty tough run, but you know, it's pretty fun. It's pretty, like, once you learn everything and once you know how to deal with the bosses, you're pretty much set. And yeah, this game's pretty fun. It's a pretty easy game. It's pretty good to get into speedrunning. And yeah, here we are in the hospital. A good old hospital. It's a big run killer. Everything in this game's a big run killer. I've lost so many runs to so many little things, but anyway, this run's going pretty well. I don't want to jinx it, but pretty happy that I'm done with Splithead. So okay, right now. Oh, Harry. Okay, right now we're in the beginning of the hospital, and we're taking this basement key, and we're also going to take 2 items here that are very important for the run. We're going to take a plastic bottle, and we're gonna fill this plastic bottle with an unknown liquid. This next one is kind of hard too. It's kind of awkward to do. Let's see if we get it right. All right. So gonna fill this. Oh, okay. Gonna fill this in with this little liquid here, and I'm gonna go to the basement and turn on the generator, and I'm gonna do that to use the elevator so we can have access to the other floors. The elevator is currently not operating. I'm gonna go to the second and third floor to see what's going on here. Harry says that a lot in this game. If you played it, you know it. All right, so on the second floor, gonna check the door, and the door is jammed. So gonna see what's up with the third floor. And big surprise, the door is also jammed. And now, mysteriously, there's a fourth floor. So that's pretty good. It's pretty good. You got me there. And I really like this build up that they do in the hospital. It was really well done. It's really cleverly done. This fourth floor, things, as you can see, we are in a different version of the hospital, the good old Otherworld, and this is a very scary part of the game as well. I love the build up on the music. Unfortunately, you really cannot see this build up in a speedrun, in a quick playthrough like this, but yeah, it's really well made. Amazing audio design in this game. Just like that. And here we are picking up a few pieces of a puzzle. The plates. We're also picking up a blood pack here to use later.
Just a casual blood pack.
Just a casual blood pack. And these plates, they look remarkably like little soap pieces. I always found them. I thought them to smell pretty well. Those 4 plates. I don't know. It's probably just me. But we're going to use those plates to go through a puzzle in the second floor of the hospital. And it's not as hard as the piano puzzle. Oh, this is some nice movements, some nice strafing. Oh, it wasn't that good, unfortunately. But strafing in this room's actually faster than running. It's pretty good. There's a lot of strafing right now. All thanks to Boruzo. Shoutouts to Boruzo, by the way. He's came up with a lot of strafing strats, and a lot of them are actually much faster. I mean, not much faster, but like faster by like 0.2 seconds, which is pretty good. And most of them are very consistent. We're also picking up a lighter. We picked up 3 of the pieces of the puzzle, and the 4th one's right here behind this monster. And all you have to do is to use the blood pack to run 1 frame forward. It's literally 1 frame. And you can use the blood pack. The hitbox to use this blood pack is the biggest hitbox to use an item in the game. It's really large. Up the last piece of the puzzle.
He just really wants that blood.
Yeah, exactly. I don't know. So we're going to, like I said before.
And we're back once again. We're just having some technical difficulties here. I take the blame for this one. That is, that one's on me. I mentioned the curse. I had the curse earlier, and I've had a lot of technical difficulties this week. I think it's just my curse of existence going on here.
It's okay.
Anyway, Andy, I do know we paused the game at a certain point. The in-game timer is going to be a little bit messed up, but we didn't leave off anywhere. We're at the exact same point we were at, pretty much.
Yeah, it's fine. No big deal.
So we'll start the timer once again after I count down from 5. Feel free to go from then, okay?
All right.
All right, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go.
Let's go. All right, so we are back finally.
Oh, man.
Where do I go? Okay, the basement. Okay. So let's pick up the pace once again. It's good to be back. And yeah, welcome back, everyone. We're still here. And we're going to go to the secret basement of the hospital to continue our journey to the ultimate truth of this run. And we're going to in order to open the path to the secret basement, we have to just burn these vines. They are blocking the way. They're blocking thing right there. This is an unskippable cutscene, by the way. Those unskippable cutscenes is where the in-game timer stops. Unfortunately, it doesn't stop if you pause the game or in menus, so it's gonna be a little bit behind, but it's no big deal. And in this hallway, you've got some creepy rooms. You've got some rooms that have some stuff to look at, or some just jump scares and stuff. But all we're gonna do here is pick up the examination key. It's very important to not look at Alessa's portrait. Very, very important to not do that. It was like a time a couple of weeks ago when I simply forgot how to do that, and I would look at Alessa's portrait every single run. I don't know why, but anyway. So yeah, we're almost at the end of the hospital. All we need to do is use the key that we just picked up to open the room to Lisa, or Lisa is. I'm gonna kind of talk to her. You guys are not gonna see it because I'm gonna skip the cutscene, but and after that we're gonna start talking about another roadblock in the run. And if you know, oh, hello, doctor. Okay. If you know Silent Hill speedruns, you probably know what's coming. It's a good old anti-chomp skip.
So, I will say that more when we get closer to it, but this is actually found within the past couple of years. I think mid 2018, roughly.
I think it was. Oh, now you got me. It was around 2018, but or maybe late. I think it was late 2017. I am not quite sure. But yeah, it was found a couple of years ago, so it's a relatively recent trick. This is the only out of bounds in the run. It's the only out of bounds. It's not the only out of bounds in the game, but it's the only out of bounds that's useful that we know of. And this one is a good one. It's going to skip a big portion of the game. So we're going to skip an entire boss fights and 1 minute of the run, 1 minute of the speed run by going out of bounds. We're essentially going to damage boost out of an enemy called the Romper, and we're going to boost into a scenario transition, and it's going to eliminate our collision with walls, so we can just warp to the other side of the map, and that's going to put us like on top of the building where we're gonna fight Float Stinger. And yeah, you're gonna see it, but this trick is a huge roadblock in the run because a lot of the times you really need to get the trick first try, and if you don't, you're losing like 6 to 8 seconds, and it can be really bad. So, and this is a marathon run, so it's no big deal if you don't get a first try. But in runs, like if you're grinding for PB attempts, you really, really, really need a trick first try. And this is why this is so infamous, because it's kind of an inconsistent trick. There's some variation to it. This is why you kind of need an audio cue. I'm going to put my earphones here just to listen to this one trick. So there's some variants. The Romper can jump quicker or slower, and so it's depending on RNG, but you can recognize the patterns and the variants just by listening to the Romper's footsteps. So here we go. And there you go. That's the trick first try. So we damage boosted through that scenario transition, and we went through the door because our collision with walls is non-existent, and the game put us up and warped us to the other side of the map. So we're going to end on top of a building in a few seconds, but we're essentially out of bounds and walking in the void. And there you go. That's the building. And this is where we're going to fight Float Stinger. It's going to be a pretty long fight. That's a massive one. But here we skipped the Silent Hill Town Center. We skipped the Twin Filler fight. And all going from there to the hospital. And this takes like roughly a minute. It's pretty required to do this trick if you want to run the game. And this is a major roadblock in any speed run of the game except 10 star. But we don't talk about 10 star. But yeah, I got a first try pretty good. Pretty happy with that. This run's going pretty well, all things considered. It's going really, really well. So now we got the second boss fight of the run. The third boss fight of the game. We skipped one boss fight. And this is... Oh, I need to talk about... I'm going to talk about that later. But this boss fight is really, really messy. It's a float stinger fight. And we're going to stab float stinger as much as we can. This boss is very different in any percent. In any percent, you will time your shots between each other. And because this boss has damage reduction, but we're dealing so little damage with the knife anyways, the damage reduction is not important. So the best thing to do, the maximum damage output, is to spam the knife as much as we want. This is a weird camera angle. And I'm also keeping float stinger to the center of the arena, because the way the knife works in this game, it does more damage as it goes through the hitbox. It doesn't do damage only once, it does damage like 4 times as it's going through the enemy hitbox. So if you keep float stinger away from the border of the arena, you're dealing more damage because float stinger is closer to you. So the closer float stinger is, the more the knife will go through its hitbox. And I was supposed to use the ample, but my health is pretty comfortable here, so I'm just gonna skip it through. I'm not even in caution, so I picked up the ample to use there, but we're right at the end of the fight. Oh, the stairs, yeah. Okay, I'm gonna use the ample, just to be safe. Float stinger should be dead pretty soon. That's pretty good. That's the fight. Pretty good fight. Not gonna lie.
Good fight.
Yeah. And all right, float stinger's down. I pretty happy with this. And now we're gonna go to the sewers because we have talked to Lisa just before float stinger, and she says there's a way to the resort area, which Cheryl's supposed to be. Through the waterworks, and yeah, that's our only way. So we're gonna go to the sewers. Every horror game has to have at least one sewers, and this game is so much of a horror game that it has 2 sewers. And we're gonna go to the first one. The second one's pretty easy to go through. The first one, we got some enemies blocking our path, so we're gonna have a little bit more of RNG. And that's a good thing that game teleports you right back to the sewers entrance. This is very close to the schools, right at the side of the school, so you don't have to walk all the way back. Yeah, we need to break this lock with the knives. I'm just gonna shake it a little bit. There you go. You'll see that amazing display that Harry can do in other runs, unfortunately. But in knife only, you get to see Harry stab the lock a little bit more. All right.
God, what a way to open up a lock.
Yeah, usually use the shotgun, but that's really overkill to just break the lock when you can use the knife. Remember, you don't really need a shotgun to go through the Silent Hill game. All you have to do is use the knife. And okay, we got kind of bad RNG here. It's fine. Those enemies are the hang scratchers, and they keep block your way. It's kind of RNG. This guy's behaving. It's no big deal, but if you're going for really, really, really good times, it is kind of rough if you take the damage and take the 2-3 seconds, maybe more time loss if they block you along the way. In the sewers, if you're beginning to speedrun the game, the sewers is an area that can really, you can just get really lost at it. But after a while, you'll get used to it. The issue with the sewers is that there's not too many not audio cues, but visual cues to where you at, and everything looks the same. This is where the game starts to become a little bit less polished. So, like, there's less detail in the areas compared to the school, for example. I got a really weird pattern with this guy. I got blocked. It's no big deal. But anyway, this guy. Okay, we're good. And I have some roaches here. We can just turn off the lights. But yeah, this game is timed with the in-game timer. I don't think I explained that, so maybe that's a pretty good time to explain. A lot of if you go to the leaderboards and see the world record run, which is for the knife only run is 34, I believe. Is it 34, 50 something? I don't remember my own time, but the 80% run is a 29-minute run, 29 and 57. And that's an in-game time. The in-game time goes a little bit slower than the RTA, the real time. And also, it doesn't count the transitions, like the door transitions. It doesn't count any cutscenes, any fades. Basically, whenever you lose control of the area, the in-game time's not ticking. So...
Also, you have a 34:55.
Oh, thank you.
So that was a world record for knife only.
Yeah, it's a pretty good run. Like, it has pretty good RNG. The fights are pretty good. It's not like for a miscellanea run. Is for a miscellanea category, it is pretty. It's a pretty good run. It's not easy to beat. And thank you, man. And we're just going to.
I'm here.
We're gonna exit the sewers very, very soon. Just got the sewer exit key. Those guys are not really so much of a trouble. We can just quick turn and leave. And but yeah, because of the differences between in-game time and real time, like you might be questioning, oh, why the estimate's like over an hour if the run's only 30 minutes long? So that's the reason why. And here is where we would okay, this is pretty good. Gatekeeper, give me good RNG. So this is the part of the run where, or rather the part of the game where you have the option to save Kaufman. It's character. It's not really that important, but if you save him, you get the good ending, and if you don't save him, you get the bad ending. So we're going to get the bad plus ending for this run because it's much, much faster to not save Kaufman. Saving Kaufman, essentially, it's his own category. So the new game categories are divided in new game, easy, bad plus, and new game, easy, good plus. Oh, this guy might end my day. This romper. All right, we should be good. Sometimes they jump on you when they're not requested. You really want the romper to jump on you to perform the out of bounds trick, but that's the only spot where you want them. Sometimes you can just you're in a really good run, a really good pace, and then the romper jumps on top of you right at the end of the game, and it just I lost so many PB places, so many PB runs to the rompers, to the good old top of the stairs. But anyways, what I was talking about? Oh yeah, so we're gonna do the bad. So we're gonna do the bad plus ending. The bad plus ending is what I like to call the 80% category or new game easy, and then you have a separate category for new game easy good plus, which you save Kaufman. You do the good plus ending, and that's like a minute and something slower. I think it's like a minute and 10 seconds for the good plus ending, but you can potentially do a knife only run of good plus as well. We just do bad plus because it's faster. And here there's a dog that can, okay, he's in my way. And this is the part of the game where it gets less and less optimized. So you're gonna start seeing the frame rate dropping really, really low. Especially in the second half of this pier section. Next point of interest in Silent Hill is the lighthouse, and we're gonna go there. And this part of the run's absolutely terrible. There's so many enemies. There's plank walking. There's going up the stairs. There's this guy that ends your run sometimes. He's behaving that today, and the frame rate's just dropping, getting worse and worse. You have to turn off the lights to de-aggro those enemies, and as you can see, this is kind of the movement in this game is heavy on its own, but here's where the movement's really, really heavier. I mean, I'm gonna turn on my lights and just take a look at this frame rate right here. It's just single digits, so obnoxious. But yeah, this part of the game is a little bit less optimized in the early game, where the game runs a little bit smooth, or should I say, much better, much more smooth, for most of the rooms. Okay,
Right.
good. And in the lighthouse. In the lighthouse, you go up by running a little bit, and then you have to walk a few steps right here. And this is actually the fastest way of doing it, believe it or not. It's counterintuitive, but if you don't start walking right there, you just hit your head in the wall for some reason. And yeah, that's the fastest way. We're gonna do it again while going down. You wanted to talk about something, Ignitus?
Maybe. But I guess one of the neat facts about this game is, did you know that's actually one of the longest sped-ran games ever?
Oh, really? For
Yeah,
for how long?
So literally since it came out, I want to say the game came out in '99. It's been sped ran since the year 2000, essentially. Since it came out. I actually have the I have every world record documented from 2000 till pretty much today.
Wow, that's amazing, dude. Like I didn't know about that. Do you have run like the video of the 2000
The earliest
run?
video I have is I think 2005 because and this is going to sound really dorky to many people who are listening, reading in chat. I see you, chat. I gathered a lot of data off a site called Twin Galaxies, which is a very old site. And back in the day, you're watching this on twitch.tv/GamesDoneQuick, right? Back in the day, we didn't have that. We didn't have Twitch. You know what we had?
What?
VHS. So if these guys wanted to submit runs, essentially, they would have to mail a videotape to Twin Galaxies.
Oh my god, dude. Imagine doing that. And some people think the speedrun.com submission is pretty tough.
Right? But
Yeah,
the cool thing I want to bring
imagine
up right
doing
now is I know one of the skips you're about to do.
Yeah.
The civil
can talk
skip,
about it.
One of the coolest ones. That's actually been discovered since the game came out.
Yeah, it's
It's
really
been in since the year 2000. This isn't a new development. This trick that we use in a speedrun has been known since the dawn of the game speedrun.
Yeah, we're going to essentially, oh boy, skip the entirety of the amusement park and the Sybil fight by using the unknown liquid that we picked up in the hospital on the larval stalker, and the game's gonna swap Sybil's. I'm gonna let the cutscene play. It's just amazing, never gets old, but it's just an amazing cutscene. The game swaps Sybil's sprites with the larval stalker sprites, and the cutscene's all glitched. If you
Feel free
watch
to show it off, by the way. If you want to show it off, it's one of my favorite ones to laugh at. If anyone's never seen it, I think it's a really fun treat.
We're gonna show it off for sure. This really never gets old. It's just the best. So we're essentially skipped the Sybil fights by using the item that you're supposed to use on Sybil to save her on this guy, and I don't know exactly how this works, but I think it messes up the. I'm sorry, I looked at in a funny frame of the game, like I was explaining and looking at the camera, and then I looked at the game and Harry was like this, so that was kind of funny. But yeah, it's something about the memory of the game and the memory values.
I'll take care of you.
It's really like the best glitch ever. It's better than Out of Bounds. It's much easier as well. It's so easy to do this trick. Unfortunately, you cannot do it on the PAL versions of the game. You can only do it on. Actually, you can only do it in the 1.0 versions of the game. So, if you're playing in a European version, you cannot really speedrun. Well, you can speedrun, but you cannot use this trick. And this trick saves around 30-ish seconds, kind of a major time save. And as Ignitus said, it's been known like ever since the game came out. It's a really, really old trick to do. And it's always great to show it off on marathons. I never get to show this off when I'm like actually, using a timer and timing my runs. So, all right. We are in the final area of the game. After the Sybil fight, you are teleported to this area called Nowhere. And the reason why it's called Nowhere and the game actually calls it nowhere, is because, you know, those rooms are put together with no respect or no logic, no physical logic, and no logic whatsoever. You have a classroom tied to a hospital corridor, and this is the antique shop. I don't know why I came inside of the antique shop. I completely forgot what I was going to do. I'm sorry, but here we use the pliers to get the first key of nowhere. I completely spaced out and went to the antique shop for some reason. I was going to talk about the antique shop room, and I went inside of the antique shop room while I was going to talk about it. So anyway, the objective for nowhere is we're going to solve a bunch of puzzles, and we essentially need to pick up 5 items. They're items that kind of represent religion, or they're kind of religious artifacts or something. This is not one of them, but this is a pretty important item as well. This is the Zodiac puzzle, and once again, the puzzles are always the same solution every time. This is a pretty easy puzzle. All you have to do is put the number of arms and legs that each picture has. But I saw people being stuck at this by overthinking this puzzle a lot. This is also a pretty easy solution. You have only to spell alerts, and hopefully I didn't press the K instead of the L. Good. The hitboxes on these buttons are so big. Anyway, but this is the first of the items, the Amulet of Solomon. And I have 5 of those items we're going to pick up through nowhere, and they are going to unlock the final door of the game, to the final boss. Here we have the cutscene where Lisa dies. It's a really sad cutscene. Music's so good.
It's much better than the Shattered Memories version.
Oh, yeah, it is.
We played that one earlier, and it's kind of unfortunate doing this one now. Well, earlier we had the one where it's, oh, hey, I got in a car crash. Oh, we're going to walk back to my house.
Oh, man. Shattered Memories is kind of all over the place, but... Oh, thanks, clock. All right, so we got a key here. It was inside of the clock. We're going to use this key of Haggith to open this door. Nowhere is known from like the speedrunners call Nowhere Choke City. It's a nice little nickname that we gave because those puzzles, like this one, which are already messed up, they are so easy to, you know, mess up. And usually, if one of your runs gets here, it's usually a really good run. It's usually a run in a really good pace, and you start messing up because you get really nervous. I guess like having a separate area of the game, like a final area of the game, really increases the nerves, or really gets on your nerves. I get really nervous when I am on PB pace. Also, we're going to not kill this nurse. Pushing this nurse like this is actually faster than killing her. When 90% you always kill this nurse, but oh, okay, we're just gonna go around. But here we're gonna take a little bit of a pacifist round with it. No need to kill her. Killing her is actually slower. We always get some nervous in PB paces, and you know, when the run's going really well. And nowhere is the place to make mistakes and lose a couple seconds. And because of that, if you're PB, it's not gonna be as good as it's supposed to be. That happens to everyone. And here we're in the kitchen. There's a fridge and a dagger stuck to it.
Really quick, since we are approaching near the end of the run right now,
yep.
Do you have anyone you want to give any shout-outs to or anything like that?
I want to give a shout-out to the Sound Hill speedrunning community. I want to give a shout-out to my friends at Fossi. It's a group of friends that I have. And a shout-out to my girlfriend as well, which is here close to me and giving all the support on this day. So yeah, and shout outs to GDQ for allowing me to run the game here. Yeah, thanks for the nice opportunity, man.
All right, it's been good having you so far. It's been a very fun run. I'm glad the boss has been going well.
Yeah, this is a really fun run.
It'll be a nice way to see how you do the finale here.
Yeah. All right, we're going to pick up now the last round, the last key of the game. I'm going to do a dodge here. I'm gonna dodge 2 translucent enemies. You cannot really see those enemies, but there's a way to dodge them. Just like, oh no, I got grabbed. Okay, never mind. Yeah, sometimes I just get grabbed on those enemies. It's unfortunate. It's a minor time loss. No big deal. But yeah, this is the final key of the game. And we're going to pick up the final one of the 5 artifacts to open the door in a moment. And I think now is a good time to explain. This is bad. I'm gonna get grabbed. Oh my god. Okay, I got lucky. I think now is a good time to explain something that I did in the beginning of the run. So at the beginning of the run, if you guys remembered, right when I got to the cafe, I emptied my gun. I emptied my clip, and I didn't pick up any weapons. I didn't pick up any ammo. And the reason for emptying the gun right as you begin to do the knife on run is to actually trigger a game ending screen. No, not the game ending screen. Let's phrase this properly. The boss is going to die on its own. That's essentially it. So the developers of the game put a fail safe in case someone would come up to the final boss and not have enough shots or to kill the boss. So if you end up with 0 shots and 0 bullets and in your inventory, the boss dies after a period of time. So they did that because none of the bosses can be reached with a melee weapon. You cannot kill this boss with a melee weapon because there's a barrier around it. And the other final boss of the game is a flying enemy, and you cannot by no means... Oh, I got an audio glitch. Okay, I think. Anyway, the other one's a flying enemy that you cannot reach with the with any melee weapon. So there you go. The boss is gonna die in like... Oh, okay. The boss is gonna die in like 3, 2, 1, and there's gonna be time now. All right, so this was Silent Hill Knife only. And yeah, this is a developer way of making people not soft lock in the final fights. If you run out of bullets, the boss dies after a short period of time, and this is why it's possible to actually finish the game only with a melee weapon, or in this case, only with the knife. So yeah, this is Silent Hill 1 Knife only. I think we are kind of short in time, so.
No, we can watch the endings. Hell, you can do
really?
you know, I love the absolute the jam at the end of this game. The cutscenes real thing. You can play that. Yeah, this is much less strict. You have plenty of time. We'll even look at your what you got for IGT. Definitely skip the credits because nothing happens there.
All right, good.
Yeah, these ones are just credits. You don't have to worry about those. But for the cutscenes, for the dancing section.
I'm going to skip the bloopers because there's a very small chance that my disc freezes at the bloopers. What? It's happened before, and I'm always scared to like not skip it. So just in case, I'll have to skip them. It's because of a bad disc.
That's all good, but what happens?
So sometimes the discs the bloopers just freeze and the game soft lock. Yeah, it freezes in the bloopers. It's really bad. You wanna try, and I can leave it, but you know.
If it doesn't mess up your disc, you can go for it. Otherwise, no harm done skipping it. I'll leave it to you.
Okay.
I don't want to ruin your disc here.
I'm gonna leave Lisa's one. I'm gonna leave, I don't like Kaufman, but I'm gonna leave his. Okay, let's watch this. I hope it doesn't
I really
crash.
hope your disc doesn't break. Yeah, the bloopers are really fun.
Okay,
also,
let's see at least Cheryl's bloopers.
And then
She's
you're gonna
so
say,
cute.
you're gonna say Alessa's, and then you're gonna say Dahlia's, and then you'll say Harry's, and then we'll be done.
Okay, let it play. I am not responsible. Just
if
kidding.
it crashes, I just hope your disc doesn't break. It's okay if it crashes.
No, it's not gonna
we
break.
messed up because we gotta take that break.
It's just a game crash that can happen. It's just it freezes for no reason. This disc is really old. My PlayStation is also like the laser's not the best in the best shape. Oh, thanks, Dahlia.
Very different than Shattered Memories, Dahlia.
Very different. Very different. Oh no. Okay. Okay. Yeah. No, we're not good. The game crashed.
So Harry's the problem.
Harry's the problem. Here's the problem. Okay, it's fine. It's no big deal.
It's all good. It's all good. No worries. The IGT was actually messed up because we did have to take that minor break because of the curse. So
yeah, because of the curse. All right.
We'll say,
so we're just gonna be staring at Harry laying down. It was all a dream, just like Shattered Memories.
That's how it ended. Harry actually never woke up from the dream. He's still sleeping in the cafe.
Yeah, it's just a nice dream, you know. All right, guys. Thanks for having me here. Thank you very much for watching. If you watched all the way through, and thank you for the support, guys. Thank you very much for the opportunity. If you want to see more Silent Hill, if you want to see more of Harry laying down on the bed, give him a follow on the Twitch channel. And yeah, thank you very much for having me.
Well, you beat me to it in a sense. Well, one, I just want to mention, I crashed the game again. This is my third crash this week.
Oh, no.
But also, you beat me to the punch on this one. But where can people find you on Twitch, Andy Ryan? Where can they find you?
It's twitch.tv/Endirion or Endirion, whatever you want to say.
And then Twitter or anything else like YouTube?
My YouTube channel is kind of, I don't post too much stuff there, but you can find me on Twitter's like just Endirion, just like on the Twitch stream. But yeah, and I do Silent Hill 1. I do a little bit of Silent Hill 4. I do other PS2 games as well. Anyway, yeah, I do speedruns, and I do this game a lot. Knife only and 10 star, 80% UFO. This game is great. I love this game. But yeah, thank you so much for having me, man, and thank you for the opportunity once again. It was a great. It was a great time. It was a great run.
Knife Only is a run I have been wanting to showcase for a while. You never get to see it. That split head fight alone was worth the entire crashing. We'll say that much right there.
And that was a pretty good fight.
If you guys enjoyed Andy Ryan, go ahead and check him out. I posted his link in chat. And I do want to say thank you all for watching now. We can, I think, go back to the me here so we can kind of finish up with the episode. But I do want to say thank you once again, Andy.
Hey, no problem. Thank you again.
Yeah. And for that, while we did have a bit of hiccups at the end, we did have our cold edition of Speedruns from the Crypt. I've been your host, Ecdysis. You can find me on Ecdysis, twitch.tv/Ecdysis. Also Twitter, Ecdysis_Twitch. I do a lot of spooky games myself, and I always like to build up this collection for you all. And speaking of, I guess, building up a collection, in case you're wondering, hey, we went from cold games, what's he going to do next? Well, let me give you a bit of a hint for not next week, but the next Wednesday's games. Once again, we are a bi-weekly show, so every other Wednesday after Bargain Bin, we'll be doing some of the scariest speedruns around here. And for a hint for the next episode, we're going to get a little bit more festive around here, essentially. So we're going to be doing a lot of Christmas-themed horror games, as my hat fell. By the way, we'll be getting a lot more Christmassy around that time. You can take a while to guess what games those are going to be, but we'll have a very merry schedule around that time. Anyway, though, that was Silent Hill Shattered Memories of Starwin, The Thing with Matt, and Silent Hill 1 with Andy Ryan. I do want to thank you all again for watching. It's been a great time to showcasing these for you, and have a wonderful rest of the night. I'll be finding someone to raid after a few brief advertisements, so feel free to stick around. We'll find a community spooky speedrunner who will probably be showing you some more spooky games. So, thank you once again.